have you accomplished today?
I woke up, I made slop, I worked out, I showered, I ate more slop, I dried my hair, I ate some protein, I took a nap, and then I woke up, and then I ate more slop.
Hold on 1 minute, I gotta go pee in real life.
I really need to go poop.
Did you make a poopy? Sure did.
You don't even understand. When I get nervous and I get gassy.
Damn, I got soap in my pee-pee hole.
Big Brother Gossip.
Do not be cold. I see them right now.
Did somebody put a vagina hole right here? No.
Wish I had a beer. Wish I had some dick.
Morning, brother. Looking like a snack.
But I'm sure they don't like one guy being the leader and all these little minions.
Stop telling me what to do!
Big Brother Gossip.
I gotta go home to a man that would not be happy if I showed all of America my titties.
I like to call this one desperation.
It's not easy playing both sides.
It's not because they hate you. It's because you're irrelevant.
You just called me a weirdo.
If this works, you can all kiss my country.
Hey, Brett, where'd you...
Chew.
Big Brother Gossip.
I have no idea how to fucking play this game.
What fucking meditation instructor? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I look pretty sick out there.
Have fun partying without the two party bros. You know what?
These girls are terrible. Macho,
Right,
bro.
I love weirdos. I'm not friends with normal people.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm 24. I'm a fan of the Backdoor.
We are headed to a commercial break.
Be humble and be kind.
Do you think I'm the best player?
You're probably the best player in Big Brother history right now.
I'm getting wasted tonight.
What do you have to say to America?
Good morning to America. Thank you for watching. And you are on CBS.
Big Brother Gossip.
I'll go to bed tonight, and tomorrow morning it'll be a brand new day with a brand new set of problems, and I might be going to the little house.
Big Brother Gossip.
I can't help but giggle whenever I hear that lunatic. I've decided anytime I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to play Sam. She was a perfect antidote tonight, right?
Yes.
Hello, everybody. It's the Big Brother Gossip Show. I'm exhausted. Yes, I'm Scott Hudson, one of your hosts, and I'm joined by how can I describe this young lady besides the fact that she's my day drinking partner? The voice of reason, is that a good one to say?
Oh my gosh, Scott. You finally came to your senses. Oh my god.
Okay. The one that calms me down under pressure.
Yes.
It's Miss Colette Lala.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, everyone. So a lot of our listeners that are probably getting us on Sunday and they're running on a treadmill right now have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, and I hope they never find out.
We had some trials and tribulations, but we're all good. And I was listening to that opening and I was just thinking to myself, who knew that there were so many rocket scientists last season? I had no idea.
Well, compared to this season, yes. And of course, we have to introduce our, I think he's an IT man by day, but not on weekends. Not on weekends.
Hey, wait a minute. How far away is your computer from here, Scott?
Hi, Mike.
Jump in my car and start driving. Hi, Scott.
Get that CarCast going. Get it out over there. Oh boy!
I know what the problem is now that you talked about it. We know what the issue we had a little bit ago was. But
can we just get drunk?
I'm already at full beer in now.
Halfway there, Scott.
Oh, okay.
Get another beer.
So yes, this is last week was our season intro. This is the first week where we actually get to see these lunatics in action. But before we get to that, we have some business to take care of. First off, of course, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip. Please, if you like our show, if you might not have to like our technical abilities, but if you like our show. Please consider, donating $1 or $2. We have a lot of little rewards, including the show that I mentioned a couple minutes ago. The show that has me drinking a half gallon of whiskey every couple of weeks. That's Day Drinking with Scott and Colette and the Day Drinking Bravo bonus show.
Yeah, how fun was our Bravo bonus show last week, Scott?
Oh my God, it was one of our best ever.
Week. Yeah, covering those housewives, those nutty housewives. Yeah, so next week, 4th of July, Bravo's got a wonky schedule. So for 1 week only, we're doing Real Housewives of Potomac and Below Deck. After that, we're going to start adding Southern Charm into the mix, which is one of Scott and mine's favorite show. So that'll be a lot of fun. But also, day drinking was so much fun. But heads up, kids. Next week, major TV, movie, streaming premieres. I was working on the newsletter this morning. Like, insanely nuts. You need to keep it all straight. Just take my advice and sign up for day drinking, because I might be sneaking a present to everybody.
Really?
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I like presents.
So please head to patreon.com/BigBrotherGossip and check it all out, because we have a lot of fun and our listeners are having a fun time.
And, of course, we have to thank our super executive producers. Our first one is Stephen Darby, whose only request, as I said last week, is for us to give him a hearty War Eagle dropped in somewhere. And I received about 30 tweets last week after last week's show. Yeah, we found out after last week's show that War Eagle is the motto of the Auburn sports teams. So thank you, War Eagle, and go War Eagles.
Is that right? Yeah. Tweet us if we're wrong. If we say
I'm usually wrong.
Never going to sound right with Mr. Sportsman Scott there.
Hey, I watch a lot more sports than you think.
Wait. You should hear Scott on Day Drinking. Anytime I mention a sports documentary, he knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
wrestling doesn't count.
No. I'm always very surprised that Scott has testicles when we do day drinking. Seriously, I really, really am.
And our second super executive producer is Matt Gray, the writer and director of the upcoming feature film Madison Was Here. On her last night in town, shy teenager Madison Baker sneaks out with her best friends to throw caution to the wind and confess her feelings to her longtime crush. What takes place over the night will forever change the course of their lives. Inspired by Stand By Me, The Goonies, and the best of John Hughes, Madison Baker Was Here is a coming-of-age story about the impact of friendship. This independent film is currently in production in Folsom, California, and you can be credited as an executive producer by donating as little as $20 to the Madison Baker Was Here Indiegogo campaign. And this campaign ends this Monday, so get on it right now. Just go to MadisonBakerWasHereMovie.com to see more and follow along with the production by liking the Facebook page or by following the director at Mentality Films on Instagram. And you can also get a glimpse when this movie comes out of some Colette Lala work.
Yeah, knitwear. Yes, I knit a pair of gauntlets. If you don't know what gauntlets are, it's kind of fingerless gloves. And so I got a lot of interest from a lot of our listeners that last week, which was really, really cool. People wanted to see them. They saw them. They placed orders. So I have enough right now. I have enough orders. I'm good to get me through the end of the summer. I will probably take some more in the fall and winter. So just stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram and all the places, and I will tell you when I'm ready for another round of orders.
And then there's, of course, our executive producers.
Well, she's a little bit country, and he's a little bit rock and roll. Angie and Phil Barker, our favorite swingers. We also have Vince Jessica Parker and his fanciest shoes. And we also have Holy Lord, Gentle Glory, Eloquent, Compassionate, Learned Defender of the Faith, Ocean of Wisdom, His Holiness, Wiley Paco Bendito.
Wow. He's got quite a title. And, of course, we have to thank our associate producers, John Zimmer, Anthony Machado, Crystal List, Jonathan Crouch, and Lori Browse. And one more little piece of news. As Mike said last week, he's got a couple of autograph pieces he's going to give away later this summer. Right, Mike?
Well, we're going to... Look, what we know right now, we've got these two things. I won't talk about them too long because it sends blood pressure high. We're going to give away... My thought was we'll give away one... at the beginning of August to patron subscribers that we had in July, and then one probably in September. We'll figure it out. Point is, if you want to be eligible to get these, you need to be a patron subscriber. So please sign up. We'd appreciate it.
That's right. And finally, we actually have a couple items in the BB mailbag this week. First off, from Matt Gray. He writes, casting wants Scott, Mike, and Colette each to pick one previous non-celebrity house guest to return for the next All-Stars. Who would it be? Well, I'm going to say right now, Veronica, Valerie. I really want that nutcase back. I miss her. I really miss her. That's who I want. That is who I want. I think to see her go do the skating thing again, never makes me stop laughing.
The slip and slide?
Yes.
Yeah.
So bring her back. Mike?
Scott, you're a man after my own heart. I've got to have Veronica come back.
Oh my God, you guys!
Yep. Yeah, Miss Veronica.
That's not much of an all-star season.
It is for me. Colette?
Well, first off, I'm offended by the question, Matt Gray, Cody Nixon. You know how I feel about seasons with vets, Cody Nixon. I don't want any part of them, Cody Nixon. But if you had to hold a gun to my head, it would be my boy Cody. My diary room all-star, Cody Nixon. New dad, Cody Nixon.
All right. And
what's the name of their daughter? Do you know?
Maverick.
Yes.
That's something I didn't know.
Requesting a flyby. Yep.
Then Dale Roberts asks, how long would you last if you were in this season's cast? I would last 5 minutes before I would scream bloody murder and say, get me the fuck out of here. Colette?
I said I would last an incredibly long time because this is the biggest bunch of egocentric, disloyal nitwits. So I'm thinking I'm making final 2.
Mike?
I have no idea. I haven't figured this cast out yet. I don't know. I don't think I'd be first out because I think I would have been smart enough on how to navigate my way through the stupid forest in the dark. But other than that, I could be second. But that was.
Am I nuts if I said that I think Mike would be a little OV?
Oh,
little handsy, that Mike.
Oh,
hey.
I thought you meant because he was smart, but no, you meant he was handsy. Okay.
Oh, thanks, Scott.
No, because he was feeling all the girls up.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Let's get into then what has happened these last few days. We're gonna start off. Okay, Monday, the bikini pictures were released. Everybody scrutinized them. Everybody got their little magnifying glasses out, and it was figured out that unlike what we were told last week when everybody said we were wrong with who was already out of the house, no, it wasn't those people. It appeared that David was photoshopped into these pictures. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, when there was a feed leak that afternoon, a scheduled feed leak, by the way, which meant that there was absolutely no game talked, David was nowhere to be seen. So, yeah, it wasn't we had pretty much figured out that David was already gone.
Oh, yeah.
So then we're going to talk about the 2 episodes that have aired already. We're going to go through them real quick. I mean, you guys all saw it. If not, you can go see it on your DVR. They were pretty typical first couple episodes. I mean, we had the stupid fake introductions of their keys. I've said every year, I hate that's how they. Why can't we do the BBUK way? Pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. I mean, didn't they kind of do that in Big Brother 1 where they drove up in limos and they got introduced by Julie and then they went in?
Yes. And within about 5 minutes, the Jason Momoa thing was driving me up the fucking wall. And
I don't think he looks like him. I think he looks like a Geico caveman.
Kind of acts like one, too. So then right away, Julie announced the camp counselor twist, and that the person voted this title was going to get, quote, unprecedented powers. And we saw Cliff volunteering, and David and Jessica and Jackson followed up. We saw, there was a fake girls' alliance created because Jessica thought she had all the girls voting for her to be the camp counselor.
Plus Tommy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plus Tommy. Nicole quickly jumped ship to the boys. And so, I don't know, I didn't understand why we had to have this elaborate ceremony where they're all standing on this thing, with their...
Because it's funny to watch people get covered in goo, I guess.
Okay. It was funny when Isabella got knocked over by the baby.
That was kind of funny.
So we found out Jack and Nick got 1 vote. Jessica got second place with 4 votes. Jackson then won with 10. And so that episode ended with Julie announcing that the camp counselor would have to, quote, banish 4 people who would compete head-to-head for one of them to survive, which is what Wednesday's show was. So the first part of Wednesday was all about, okay, who's Jackson banishing? Who's Jackson banishing? And then it was the weirdest fucking thing. I thought I took in some mushrooms. I didn't know what I was seeing. There's this giant squirrel coming in.
That was embarrassing.
I thought it was hilarious. I actually love the big squirrel. I mean, other than the fact that, like, I'm at my friend's house watching his dogs, and the dogs went nuts the second the squirrel came on the screen. So that was annoying. But other than that, no, I thought it was so funny because I thought when he would, like, walk up to people and everyone's like, no, don't come up to me, don't come up to me. And then it looked like he was putting bodies in his bag and watching out. No, I am walking out. I got a kick out of the squirrel.
Okay.
I thought it was funny and twisted and dark.
And I thought if I had told somebody who'd never seen Big Brother before, you got to watch this episode, it's really cool, and they watch, think, what the hell is this you're watching? Although I did have a coworker ask me, who's a casual TV only watcher, and he's like, he texted me that night. He said, "Were they really in the bags?"
See, it was funny.
So his picks ended up. He took the easy way out. He picked the other 3 people who tried to be camp counselors, which was Cliff, Jessica.
No, but look, you're in the house for literally a day, maybe 2, and you have to literally decide to kick someone out.
Oh, I know. I'm not criticizing him.
I mean, how you have to come up with some sort of a reason to put someone up. I actually thought it was pretty smart to be like, all right, shit, I'll pull up, I guess, everybody else who went up for cap. Because I wouldn't know. How would you even?
No, I'm not criticizing him for doing it. That's.
Well, you just did.
I said it was the easy way out, and then Kemi was the 4th. Kemi was picked because she was the only one that hadn't come to talk to him about, please don't put me up.
Yeah, and she said in the diary room on that episode, she's like, "Oh, I don't know why I should go talk to him. He should, she got a really arrogant edit in the diary rooms, which made me thought she's being really arrogant in the house. And
I also didn't like how she was like, "Oh, I used to be a mean girl, but I'm not anymore. I'm a reformed mean girl." And I was like, I wouldn't have known that, even though I've watched like your preseason interviews. Like, even though I wasn't like a hardcore fan of you or anything, I didn't know you were like some total asshole bully in high school or whatever. Like, I didn't know that. You didn't need to tell me that. And now I'm going into this with that knowledge of you. And like she's too cool for school. No, honey, play the game. That's what you're there for.
Yeah, she kind of said something along the lines of, I don't know why I need to talk to him. He hasn't done anything for me. Why should I do something for him? Or something along those lines.
Because he controls your fate.
Yeah.
He controls your fate. None of you know each other. You've been in there for 12 minutes. You need to do anything you can to stay alive.
Yep.
She played it so wrong.
So we have the comp for this. It was in the wilderness. They had to find their way, quote, back to camp in the darkness. And there was phony entrances that went to Camp B Ball, and Camp Boo. And everybody was going, how did this not work out for David? Well, then we find out as we watch it, it really was a crapshoot contest.
Well, it was a total crapshoot.
Yeah.
Total crap. Although, what I said at the beginning, I think if you get really technical, I think I would have started at 1 if I just felt my way and just kind of worked my way around if you worked around the edge of a wall, you would have eventually hit the right one in the middle. They didn't know what it was, though. I mean, they were in the dark.
Yeah. So Cliff, good for Cliff. He was the first one out, followed by Kemi, and then Jessica, and then Julie. When she said, "You are eliminated, David," she added the words, "for now." And I did like how last week we played that clip of David fake crying.
Yeah.
And so when Julie was doing her little interview of him, he started crying, and I go, "Wow!"
All of us.
Wow.
No. I see. Maybe I'm the lone wolf here. I didn't think that was fake. I actually thought he was devastated. I think he really would have looked forward to a summer of being on TV and winning and being a leader.
No, I don't think it was. No, I agree with you. It was real, but it was fun just to pretend that he's faking. Yeah. He's faking. It was we were having fun with it.
Yeah,
because we were trying to make something happen because we already knew that David was out, so we watched that whole lame thing going. Just being out, please. Let's get on with it.
Yes, we had a little segment on alliances. We had Jackson and Jack and Nick adding Holly, Christy, and Isabella. I did like that when Isabella, she was the first girl brought in, and when she was told that Holly and Christy were in, she was like, who are they? Which says a lot about the future of that alliance, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Christy and Tommy also found some time to talk because they are the two that we know of so far that know each other. Yeah. And then we had the endurance comp, and again, Julie's like, okay, Jackson, you have one final duty as camp counselor. You have to pair these people up. Well, it turned out that pairing people up on this spinning log thing...
Yeah, it made no difference.
It made no difference.
Why? What difference does it make?
Yeah, I mean, we already knew, thanks to Monday's leak, or even the leak before that, Christy won. She was HOH.
Yep.
And then the show ended. Couple important things of note. Julie announced that there's something called a Whacktivity comp, which... Isn't that something I do before bed every night? Oh, sorry.
Oh, God. Scott.
I said Howie was coming back.
Yes, this is a comp for, quote, game-changing secret power. Apparently they've played one already. They have rosters for who plays in each one.
Yep.
And the first one we've learned in the feeds was Ovi, Bella, Nicole, and Cliff. So one of them is the first Whacktivity winner. Whatever. And that will be on Sunday's show, right? Yeah,
it's supposed to be shown tomorrow night. Yeah.
Okay. And then when they were talking about the schedule for the rest of the week, on Wednesday, which is when the first eviction is supposed to happen, Julie announced something that's never been done before that may bring David back.
Okay, wait. Real quick. I do think it's interesting that, you know how... whenever we see a competition, like last season, when they would go into that room and do that competition, then everybody was trying to figure out who the winner was. And remember, they used to like blame the false people, and we used to always sit at home and be like, oh my God, how can you not know that so-and-so won? So-and-so's walking around so confident and winning. Remember when they go in the room and saw those, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually think this is really interesting now, because we did not see this first competition. So if we were to stop and think, how is Ovi, Bella, Nicole, and Cliff acting in the house, who would we think is the one that won something?
Well, I haven't seen anything that's given any indication.
No, you have to do it based on how they're acting. I'm saying you.
Yeah, no.
It's almost like we're house guests. It's like, okay, so let's pretend you're in the house, and you're watching everybody, and you're seeing how they. I mean, off the top of my head, I would have to say maybe Ovi and Nicole, just because they're kind of doing their own thing and not causing problems and not acting any extra. That would be if I had to guess between those four.
Yeah.
I think it would be between those two. I mean, what do you guys think?
I haven't seen anything that tells me that any of them have it.
Cliff hasn't said anything because he's been doing morning talks. He hasn't said anything to the cameras like he has.
You guys are missing.
I know what you're saying. I haven't seen anything
but I have
indicate.
been watching it to try to figure it out.
I mean, like, Christy obsesses about this shit day and night. So this is the one chance that we get to kind of be a fake house guest.
Right.
And maybe guess who we think has the power based on how they're acting.
Right, and I can't see anything.
Strut in with their cock swinging and be like, I'm a winner. No, I mean, like, you got to look at the subtleties is what I'm saying. So
I understand what you're saying, and I'm saying I haven't seen anything.
And you have no guesses whatsoever after watching the feeds for 40. You have no guesses.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you won't make a good house guest.
I guess not. Okay, the one thing I want to say about these two episodes, this is something that's bothered me the last, 3-4 years. We had 2 hours of programming. We saw maybe 5 minutes of actual interaction between the people in the house. It's so comp-based. Comp after comp after comp, these first two episodes. Yeah. I don't know. I'd rather see more of the stuff of them. Who's getting along with who? Who doesn't like somebody, but...
If they got rid of the camp counselor, they would have been able to do that.
Exactly.
And that took up how much of this? But they're in such a hurry to get someone out of the house so they can bring somebody back in.
Nope. All right. So let's then get into the feeds. They came on at their usual time, Wednesday night, midnight Eastern time. And a little reminder for you guys that listen. for my little opening that I tried to create, like the third week of the season or so, if you hear anything funny or something that would work on the opening, please tweet me or Facebook our group, Patreon, leave a message. But don't send me Twitter videos. They don't work. Try to give me a timestamp. Tell me what they said. Tell me approximately what time it is, and I'll check it out to see if it's worthy. Okay? Please?
Yes, I'll do that, Scott. Oh, you mean other people too?
Yeah. It's funny though. Lately, people have waited for the feeds to start, and they've had some choreographed bullshit or something like this. This is kind of a dud of feeds beginning. Guys, you're on.
What is this?
How they doing? Are they?
Got like 4 minutes left.
Oh, it's 4 minutes.
Someone put this hot ass pot like over there, and I fucking touched it, and I fucking burnt my finger.
Well, so far you're doing great, Tom.
Yeah, that was a real exciting beginning to the feeds.
I'm okay with that.
No, I don't mind when they don't pre-program something.
Remember what happened last year? Only on CBS.
Well, yeah, it's part of our
jumping from camera to camera to camera.
And it was a lot of fun, and we laughed at it, and we had a good time, didn't we?
Good point, but remember that one season with He Who Shall Not Be Named, who truly choreographed the beginning of the feeds.
Yes.
We did not like that one. This is something else right away when the feeds came on.
It's crazy that people are just waiting.
You mean people in here or people online?
Online.
Oh, no.
Just waiting to watch.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
So actually, just to sort of tag along with this, Christy. So that was Holly. Christy was actually the one later that night. She called us all creeps, you guys.
Did she
said
really?
Yeah. You missed that?
No, I didn't catch that.
No,
we're just used to hearing it.
She says that live feeders are creeps for watching the live feeds and for paying attention. Whereas I feel like this comment from Holly was just like, oh my God, it's so weird that people are actually watching us right now. Like, that's the vibe I got from Holly. But Christy, yeah, she called us all creeps.
Okay. All right. So we had kind of figured out from before that it looked like it was going to be Catherine and Cliff that were going to be nominated. And this is verified pretty much as soon as the feed started. And we get a look pretty quickly at what a lunatic this Catherine is.
Okay, so I have to play the veto for it. Like, I can't rely on someone else to win it, obviously. I'm gonna pick Jackson. He says he's gonna use it on me. Actually, maybe I should ask him really quick. Ask him later.
Y'all bitches conspiring against me?
Yeah. No, we're talking about the veto comp.
What?
We're talking about the veto comp. You're still gonna. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if that changed.
Please be careful. Oh.
Please be. Oh shit! Oh.
Whoa, buddy.
And what happened there is she was leaning over the shower talking to Jackson, saying, are you going to save me if you win POV, blah, blah, blah. And they thought that Big Brother message was, please be careful because you're creating an angle where we're seeing too much of Jackson.
But that's not what it was.
That's not what it was at all.
I will say I saw Jackson getting coffee this morning. In his drawers. Yeah, that was an angle.
Okay.
Did you not see that? It's all over Twitter.
No.
I don't look at Jackson's angles, but I mean...
No. You would have seen it. Don't be guys right now.
I'm not gonna die.
Jackson is an impressive man when he's getting his coffee. When he's getting his coffee, that's all I'll say.
We don't have audio of this, I'm sure, and I'm not going to go into too much details, but I can tell you that earlier today I did listen to Jack tell a story about how his girlfriend couldn't keep up with him because she got it was painful.
Yeah. I heard that.
Jack's yes.
Yeah. Catherine, continue on with her paranoia.
He's acting weird. Huh? How's acting weird?
I don't know.
I think he said that. So he thinks that Jack was acting. He thinks Jack was acting weird to him. I think what he's trying to do right now is he's being paranoid that people are putting a target on both of us. Yeah. So he's trying to distance himself, and he's trying to distance himself from Mike because he wants to work with both of us. So I think it's his because him and I talked about it. Like, yeah, I think it's just so. I need to stop playing games while I'm on the fucking blog. But so the game never sleeps. I know the game never sleeps. Neither do we. I know. Apparently. I think he's like trying to like broaden his. He doesn't want people like pitting people together, especially since we're about to make a big move, which I think is smart. But it is hard. Like when I think, like when I see him like talking to other people, I'm like, wait, I know. You're my friend. You know, like it's hard. But I mean, at least like we know that every time he goes off on his own, like, oh, he is smart. He knows what he's doing. Like, I think. I don't know. I was just afraid that he was getting all caught up in it, so I just asked him. I was like, "Are you gonna for sure like play the veto for me?" Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I will." So, okay. So that's good. Yeah, that's good.
So what that rambling clip was saying, I mean, we just heard her talking to Jackson. Jackson's like, yeah, I'm going to play for you. Absolutely, that's fine. He obviously didn't answer in the way that she wanted, so now she's like, he was weird there. We get that a lot from her in the next couple days.
This girl is, yes.
And Jessica doesn't help here. I called her Jennifer last week. I'm going to start calling her that from now on. Jessica feeds into her paranoia here.
Like, have you ever heard of an empath?
What's that?
It's basically a person who absorbs another person.
Oh, you're absorbing people's energy.
Yeah, I'm absorbing. Like,
that's cool.
Huh?
That's well. Is that? Are they do have good energy or
no?
Is that better?
No, I'm not feeling it.
Oh, really? Like who?
Yeah. So it's kind of like I don't know. Like I don't know who. That's why I'm like trying to kind of figure it out. But like, I already feel like there's alliances forming.
Like with who?
Yeah.
Like with who?
Like I don't know.
Tell me. Don't tell me.
But like that's what I don't. That's what I don't know. But that's the thing. It's like I don't know, but like I already kind of like see it, and I know that it's like. I know that.
Okay, I can't handle that voice anymore.
Yeah.
what was she saying? Like what?
Two things though, for anybody else listening too, that I found this when I was trying to get some clips the past couple of days that you forget. When there's 15 or 16 people in the house, they're all talking.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Especially when there's the bathroom, which is down the hall from the kitchen where they're all making all the noise.
And CBS, while they can isolate their mics for their their show, they give us mics that open up the whole room, and so they give background mics that we can hear other noise going on. So it's hard to get this audio. Those of you that are listening that want to hear this stuff, earphones might help.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You want to hear exactly what's being said. If you don't think you can hear it well, if you put on earphones or earbuds, you can probably hear a little bit of this chat better.
So then I went to bed because they played this stupid hand-holding rope game thing.
Yeah, it's a team building thing.
Yeah,
yes.
Team building. Fuck that. Yeah, it went on forever.
It lasted a very, very long time.
Well, apparently they were quite disappointed in themselves because they've done it they've been doing it other nights and it went much quicker, but this one they couldn't get out of, and yeah, it went way too long.
Well, one stat, although it was kind of funny because you did have like 14 of them in it.
Yes.
And you had Crazy Catherine like standing 2 feet away watching.
Yes.
So, but she was waiting for her chance to confront, Jackson about what Jessica just said.
But are you conspiring against me?
No, I'm actually not. I'm doing everything I can to try and keep you from. I've tried since day one to keep the heat off of you.
Yeah.
Trying to keep you calm. Why are you asking?
Well, I don't know. I just kind of like my stomach kind of drops just now because like I don't react because I don't know, like I just like because Jess was like, hey, like I have to like tell you something. I was like, what? And she was saying how like I guess she like walked in on you and Bella talking in the storage closet, and she said that like she just was like, I just have a really like I just have like a really bad feeling like that maybe like there's like alliances forming. And I think that like
no, Bella and I were talking about living together. Me, Bella,
Cliff, please go to the diary room downstairs.
No, me, Bella, Sis, and Holly. Because we're talking about living together outside of this.
I don't know, just was just like saying that, like.
You're good. I'm doing everything I can to try and get picked for this video.
Cucumbers.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know, just like me really nervous. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be dramatic.
You shouldn't be sorry. Don't apologize.
Okay.
But if you ever have any questions, ask me.
I am. That's why I literally asked you. That's why I was like, I wasn't gonna like let it fester.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you ever have questions, just ask me. As long as we can get someone, literally anyone other than Kimmy, Nicole, Jess, because I don't know what Jess would do. We can't let them play in the veto. And we sure as hell can't let them win.
Jess would for sure take me off.
Okay, well,
safety first.
It just made me nervous.
No, you're fine. You're fine, so long as we can keep the veto out of Kimmy's hands. And she's going out the back door.
I know.
Yes, so he's had to talk her down off the ledge a few times. And actually, though, after today, I wouldn't want either of those two assholes to be talking me off any ledge. We'll be getting to that in a little bit. But we do find out here that the plan... Okay, two things. First off, Catherine is completely jealous of Isabella. She thinks that Isabella and Jackson have some kind of thing going on. And also we learned that the plan is to go to backdoor Kimmy.
Right, we heard Cliff was nominated. We figured out at some point that Cliff and
Catherine.
Catherine are nominated. So the other thing I thought when this happened, what I thought was Catherine, Jackson is in this, what we now know is an 8-person alliance. It was 6 on CBS had shown us. Catherine isn't a part of that alliance, and Bella is. So Jackson has reason to talk to Bella quietly outside of, and she caught them talking to each other, and he's trying to. I bet they were talking strategy, but she covered her bases a little bit.
Yeah. But we talked earlier about how Kimmy was oblivious during the regular episode. Yeah, she's still kind of oblivious.
You excited or what? You think
About the job?
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna get chosen, or you think you want to get chosen? You don't want to play for veto?
I don't want the responsibility. Not only would I throw it, but I don't want the initial conversation of, so you're still taking me down, right? Leave me alone.
Yep, she has no interest in playing in the POV.
Oh my! Look, I'm sorry. I have no respect for people in the game who say shit like this.
She's completely oblivious to what's going on in the house. Completely oblivious.
They're not playing the game. We'll have more clips. There's more obvious moments that you realize that they haven't started playing yet. Kimmy's not started playing the game yet. They're
weird about like strange shit, because there's sex that happened, which is gonna kind of explain a clip that you were talking about earlier, Scott.
Yeah.
And they're and hookups and
breakups already.
Jealous and I don't know, but yeah, there's like all this other peripheral shit going on that they're somehow finding a lot more important than the game.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's something that's weird to me. What happened now? Okay, the feed. There were no true feeds until we're about 2 hours into the feeds here. So there were 7 days where there were no feeds. Why did the feeds then go down in the middle of the night for POV picking? Why wasn't this done like 4 hours before? Why? Why do it in the middle of the night, right after you've turned on the feeds?
Well, why have the POV the next day?
That's a valid point too. That's a valid point.
Yeah. Like, don't have if you're trying to get people to sign up for the feeds and whatnot and stick with it and get them on board, don't do one of your individual competitions or something that takes 6 hours. You do something quick.
Yeah. So the feeds went down for POV picking, and we found out that Christy, Cliff, Catherine, Sam, Jack, and Nicole were playing. Tommy technically hosted, but we'll find out that hosting gig wasn't nothing. We were also told that Cliff got house guest choice, and he's the one who picked Jack.
I missed that. Okay.
And then there was I tried to get audio, but it was, if you thought those clips earlier were hard to hear, there was a super, super whispery convo where Christy was telling Holly that she thinks she caught Bella and Nick making out.
What's going on in this house? It's like it's Love Island in there.
Yeah, and it's going to be confirmed in a little while, too.
Yeah, she may have caught them making out.
And Jack has also been flirting with Christy, but we all know how that's going to work out for him. And there's there's a few clips on that coming out later.
Wait. I do want to comment on this because, okay, Christy's been very vocal about how she's a lesbian, so you have to wonder, why is Jack coming after her? Why is Jack even bothering? I wonder, is it because he looks at it as a challenge because he's this Jason Momoa lookalike and all these women are always throwing themselves at him and he thinks he can conquer her? Or maybe it's like the thing, where like you want the thing that you can't have?
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe there's a little bit of that going on?
I think there might be. We found out throughout the night that a lot of people aren't happy with Ovi. And I have to admit, when I saw that first feed clip on Monday, I thought he was a little extra. He was trying just a little bit too hard. He was dancing and like by himself and arm gestures and like talking to no one. And I was like, oh, okay, this guy's going to be a problem. Yeah. That's how I felt when I saw it. The girls talk about that. And this is, I think, that the reaction to this clip is a little over the top. So we're going to play it here and then we'll talk about it.
Options. I mean, it's good because then it's just like,
I'll get a movie. It's good because we're not. Oh my god.
You guys understand? I'm to the point where I'm like,
done with.
I'm so done with him. Like, he's starting to get touchy, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Yeah. If you're hot, you can touch me. That's it.
Yeah.
See, I think that's a joke. I honestly think I don't know.
It probably was a joke.
But God, the reaction on the line was.
Oh my God, Mike, you took it very seriously, and you were very.
Well, I did initially. Yeah.
And I was like, what? And I had to wonder to myself why. I was like, is it because you think you wouldn't qualify for what Annalise would think is hot? Like, I didn't understand it.
I 100% know I wouldn't qualify for what Annalise would think was hot. Of course I wouldn't.
Look, she's super immature, this girl. And I told you when we did the interviews, I was like, if you would have told me this girl was 16, I would have been like, yep, right, she is 16. Like, she's really immature. It was a throwaway comment. And, hold on. So also, it was like all this leading up to it. So if you already know some guy's annoying, you know some guy's kissing up to the cameras, you know some guy's putting it on, acting all extra and whatever, and then all of a sudden he wants to include you in it and touch you and bring you in it. You're like, stop it, get off me. It has nothing to do with what he looks like. It has nothing to do with anything like that. It's just like, stop it.
It's a creepy kind of thing.
You're so annoying. So there's that aspect to it. And then also, she doesn't have to be touched by anybody she doesn't want to be touched by. Like, if she doesn't want to be touched by him, that's her prerogative. She doesn't want to be touched by him. But I also heard that he got caught cooking.
Yeah, he made some cookies, but he doesn't want to let anyone have them.
Is that the clip?
No. That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say he was caught in the kitchen cooking with his hands right after going to the bathroom and not washing his hands. So that could also very well be another reason why she doesn't want to be touched by him. And also, he has a girlfriend. And he lives with her, doesn't he? Or like a girlfriend. Didn't she like
kind of a serious girlfriend
in a weird roundabout way, like we were involved in a tweet with her? Yeah, well, let's hope that Ovi isn't touching any other girls, because he has the girlfriend on Twitter who's active, supporting him. And I'm sure she's sitting at home like, don't touch her, don't touch Annalise Ovi. I guarantee that is her inner monologue right now.
Could be. I also know that he baked cookies for himself, and he's like keeping them hidden so that he can share them when he wants to share them.
Well, there's two things that go with that. He made these cookies, but Holly was really weirded out by it because apparently she went up and said, "Can I get some cookie dough?" And he, instead of giving her, maybe handing it to her on a spoon or something, he picked up some and kind of rolled it in a ball before he handed it to her, and she was just kind of like creeped out by it. Yeah, no, I get some of that. I definitely get. Ovi has been definitely been labeled as the weird. But a couple of us have said, well, maybe this is going to be an Ian level of weird.
It's a first week thing.
Yeah, first week thing, and it'll clear up once everybody gets more comfortable.
I actually think Obi's a really, really nice guy. I don't think he has a bad bone in his body.
Right. He's trying
super likable. He is like. He even said it himself. He's kind of like the geeky guy and like the room full of cool kids. So he's on TV and he's trying to fit in. And it's like any person that's trying to fit in and trying really, really hard, it's going to come across as awkward.
Yeah,
it's just going to. You can't try because it's not you. You just need to sort of be yourself.
Yep.
I've not seen anything about Ovi personally on the feeds or anything that have bothered me. I just know he's not fitting in very well.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I just think he's just awkward. That's
all. The next morning, though, they were still talking about him.
I don't want to go down yet.
I know. Just give love.
Yes.
See him as a creature of God.
Oh, get your fucking sage out.
He's just different than us. And
it's fine.
And he just likes to touch people more than others.
But he doesn't. Like, everybody loves to touch everybody. We just are fine with it.
I know.
In every other case.
Why is that?
Like, Nick can, like, rope me all day and I'm happy.
Fact.
I would never.
There you
or
go
any
again.
of the other guys. Like, it's just not the same.
Especially because he's
It's not the same, though.
Well,
Right,
yeah,
that's
true.
like...
Like, Sam doesn't touch us like that.
No.
You know?
He would never.
Never.
Right.
It's called, like, respect. And maturity.
It's maturity.
It's maturity.
Yeah.
Like a nightingale.
He really
Okay,
thinks he
stop
has-
it.
He really thinks he has to act like the guys.
He's gonna get yelled at.
Christy, I'm so confused by Christy. I want to like her.
I know.
And
and it's so weird how you desperately need to like her. Yeah.
I do want to like her. I don't know what it is, but I don't know.
Look, there's a million and one reasons why one person touching someone can be creepy and another person can be like, oh, hey, what's up? And you're totally fine with it.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It could be the look in his eye. It's awkward for him. Ovi isn't normally that type of guy. He's just acting a way he normally doesn't do. And that body language, people pick up on it. That's all it is. I don't think he's any sort of weird pervert.
No, I don't think
all.
anyone thinks he is.
No. No one thinks that. I just think he's just not being himself. He's playing it up for the cameras, and it's picking up as inauthentic, and that's why the girls are like, we don't like this. Please stop touching it. Because if it reads as inauthentic, it kind of equals creepy and get away.
Yep. There are certain clips that I get that really doesn't have anything to do with the game. I just like what I hear. And this is certainly one of them.
We really got fucking lucky with house guests.
Yeah, we didn't get one weird one that's like super weird, like a rock star. I'd lose my mind if we had a rock star.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I honestly didn't... No, listen, yes, she was weird and quirky, but I thought she was cool and different, but I don't know if I could live with someone like a rock star. We really got lucky. And I feel like the only, like, potential person that had kind of bad energy went home hour 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hour 3, hour 4.
Swaggy.
Yeah. Our superior leader.
Superior leader. How to become a superior leader?
The irony that he went home first and was reading that book, flaunting it around Rhinos.
Oh, the book.
I'll never get over that. I was so glad that someone saw that and got to relay that information to us. Was it you that saw it? Was it Sam?
That was either
Oh, no,
Sam or
that way wasn't you.
Jackson.
Okay, they're talking about David in the casting process. He apparently, what was it the what book? It was a book.
I heard it was some kind of.
No, I heard it was how in this clip. It's how to be a superior leader.
Oh, I
yes.
But whatever it was, but that to me, when I heard that, it's like, okay, their casting process to me seems a little bit loosey goosey if they're already judging each other. I don't know.
Well, Andy has said on Twitter this week that he and Helen met at their casting.
Yes.
They knew each other going in, technically.
Yeah, you run into each other, and you walk into a mall, you walk into a subway, get and you see somebody, you get a first impression. They don't have to say a word to you. They don't even have to take a step. You automatically get a first impression of somebody.
Yes.
Okay, so imagine you are all excited. You think, oh my God, I'm so close to getting cast for Big Brother. Oh my God, this is going to make my summer. I actually have a chance to win $500,000. And some guy comes strutting into the room with a book that says how to be a superior leader. Oh, please tell me you would not see that.
I hadn't heard that.
Even you, that you would not see that and be like, who the fuck is this character? Come on. You would 100% look at him sideways. And then the next thing you know, 2 weeks later, you're in a house with him. You'd be like, this character, I need to get out right now.
Yeah. I'd heard it was a book of ethics, not how to be a superior leader. So now they're hearing that title.
Could be the same thing.
Really? Yeah, but still, the superior leader.
You've been walking around with a book of ethics.
Oh, I know. I still felt a little bit, but how to be a superior leader is like, really? It'd be like having a book that says how to win friends and influence people that you're walking around saying, look.
Yeah, do that at home. And I actually have no problem with somebody doing that at home. I actually had a house guest contact me, and I suggested that they read How to Win Friends and Influence People. I said, just read it at home, read it so you know what's up, so you can do like psychological warfare type stuff. Yeah, but don't walk into a final casting and show it to people. Nope. Anybody in their right mind would see that and be bothered by it and judge that person by it. I'm sorry, they.
Yep. Well, he may be back though, so you never know.
That's right.
I don't think he stands much of a chance coming back in.
So the feeds went down at 10:46 a.m. for the POV, and they were down, 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 until about 4:57 when we had our eardrums bursting with this noise.
When I looked, it popped me like square in the face, and all I saw was my 2 feet went out, and I was like, it knocked me like straight out. I was so shocked by it that I thought like the game stopped because like I was injured. Like I just stopped there, like laying there, and the balls were still flying. I was like, fuck!
So how many points were that?
Those were only 5 points.
Onions were 1, meatballs were 5.
Did anyone catch a meatball?
No. They came out so fast.
You didn't catch any onions, right? They were on the ground too, pretty much. But when they got out to me, they were on the floor.
Then there was the last part that was like
the most fun part.
Yeah, it was the best part.
It was the easiest.
There was a bunch of crates that were dropping a bunch of like super balls and water type material, right? And it wasn't water, but it looked like water. It was like gel.
Oh my god, no! Did you pick it up handfuls of it and squeeze it?
No, did you?
Yeah. It's all weird, chunky gel.
It was like clunky, chunky
gel. It was like hair
it was
gel.
so deceiving. You think you're gonna pop it?
It was like cubed Vaseline. It was amazing.
So you did a fat ass table slide, and they were dropping 2 strawberries in between the 3 crates.
But you had to run full speed because you had to make sure you cleared the table before the strawberries dropped. So you had to do your timing but not slip and catch the strawberry.
Yeah. Did you miss the first 2 rounds and then caught the second 2?
No, I got 1 each round.
Oh, I caught 2.
So I just like lined up and I ran and I just kneeled and did like the freaking electric slide or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's all I did.
And I was like, and I went down and I just caught the 1.
I would have caught both of them, but they had to replay it because it bounced.
We have not mentioned Sam in the diary room yet.
Yeah, I know. That's as soon as you started this, I was thinking, oh yeah, we didn't talk about our first impressions of the cast on the show. Oh my God, Sam.
He's
Chef Joe.
Chef Joe. Yes. God, he's awful. So Sam won. It was called Food Fight or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Casey hosted. Apparently, Casey won last year's version of this comp. Is that what?
Yeah, that's right. She kept saying, "Let's go," and she won it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's.
And I had some POV scores written down. You have better answers.
I had the scores. I had that too. That 4 people got 0 because Nick said that, but then somebody else corrected. No, 3 people got 0. Blah blah. Whatever it was, everybody did crappy except for Sam, but Sam only won with 3. So it wasn't like it was some. It's going to be. I can't wait for them to show this competition. This is going to be Tuesday, because it's not going to be that. It's only what they caught 10 things or 5 things maybe out of. Oh, it's just going to be okay. They missed it. Yeah.
Right. Well, one of those who didn't catch any was Catherine, and of course, she's flipping out, and you got to listen to her terminology here.
It is 3 people got 0. That shit's hard. I'm just really discouraged, and I feel like I
feel like I just like messed everything up.
No, you're fine.
No, I really don't think I am. I really like. I don't know.
Are you
like,
worried because Sam got it?
I just have a feeling. I really don't think.
I think you're fine.
No, I really think. I really like. I feel like it's like a plan to like blindside me.
I really don't think it is.
I just am really.
I know it's nerve-wracking as fuck.
It just really sucked. Like, it was so embarrassing, and like, I just wish that I would have won. And
it's okay. It's okay. You have all these people rooting you on.
I don't know if I do. I really think that this is like I really think this is a plan to like reverse my grooming or something.
Yes, there it is.
I just have really bad feelings. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be dramatic.
She is going to be reverse backdoored.
First ever reverse backdoor.
Is that something you watch in your porn, Scott?
Well, I think I have seen that move a couple times. Oh, God.
I'm not familiar with it in Big Brother, but I'm sure Scott's.
I fucking love this girl.
She cried the whole night.
I want this girl to last through jury.
It was like she was handed.
This girl is such a lunatic. She makes Caitlyn from last year look like a brain surgeon.
No. Caitlyn was fun. Catherine is not fun.
Oh, Catherine is fun to me.
No. Caitlyn was fun and wacky and Uncle Joe and all the rest of it and yoga and No, Caitlyn was a good time. This bitch.
I think this girl's a good time too, if you know what I mean.
I think she's gonna get. When she's not. First of all, she's been nominated the whole time we've seen her. She's been nominated longer than a normal person would be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think she's gonna. She's gonna.
This bitch, I love her.
So, oh crap! What? Oh, so she was talking to Holly, wasn't she?
Yes.
So just a quick note because I don't think we have it anywhere else. Big Brother Network did an interview with Grodner, and one of the things Grodner dropped a hint at is that there may be at least 2 other people that know each other, and there was a rumor going into the season.
It's probably those two.
That it could be Holly and Catherine. So just be aware that I think I don't know when they're going to reveal it, but just be aware that if it shows up, that might be why. Because Holly and Jackson have been the two that have been pretty much playing hot potato with Catherine. And I understand why Jackson's been, and we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure about Holly, but other than the possibility that maybe they know each other outside the house.
Yep. So of course everybody wants to know what Sam's going to do with the POV.
Who are you taking off? Huh? Who are you taking off? I don't do that. Oh, yes, who would I take off? That's right. It would probably Cliff. It would probably be Cliff, whatever Christy says.
It's kind of a weird thing because you could
It doesn't
I want
matter.
to take Cliff off because to have him feel better, but the vote will be unanimous towards Cliff if you keep him on, so it doesn't matter either way. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather
like
take
Cat. I feel like it'll get a little murky.
I don't think it. I'd rather take Cliff off.
I'd want to take Cliff off.
He's been through enough, bro.
Yeah,
it's really Christy's true.
Make it
Catherine hasn't been through enough.
Are you actually going to take him off, or are you just going to shock us all? And be
No,
like,
whatever.
I ain't doing shit.
No. No, whatever Christy wants. Whatever the general consensus wants. It doesn't matter. Whoever's going up next to whoever's out anyway. This is the first one. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Cliff's going down.
Wait, why has Cliff been through enough? He was the first one in that find the tree hole back to camp, right? He was the one
but he was nominated in that, and he's now nominated. He's the only one that's been involved in both.
Cliff's a likable guy.
He's been through enough.
And Cliff's been playing on the heartstrings. Are we going to talk about the birthday thing or not?
I don't think we need to, but it was his son's birthday that day.
Right. So Cliff's been through Cliff did was it Thursday or Friday, whichever it was. Cliff did a birthday party thing for his son, and they sang happy birthday, and it was funny only because Rockstar chimed in about how
of course that bitch did.
Cliff. No, she was doing with a total wink, like, you know, that not being mean to someone on their kid's birthday is now becoming a thing. Let's be nice to Cliff because it's his son's birthday. I was amused.
Okay, well, at least somebody was.
It's hard for me to get sentimental about a birthday of someone adjacent to someone I don't even know. You know,
I thought it was.
But there are people going on and on and on. Oh God, it's so sweet. There are people in the house crying about it, and I'm like, you don't even know his kid. Yep. You've never even laid eyes on him. Let's all calm down a little bit.
Agreed.
It's like when somebody on Facebook is like, my niece graduated high school today, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's what I think. If I don't know her, I just.
So yeah, so remember that POV took about 6 hours. So they somebody raised, I forgot who said this, but Jackson made a good comment here.
Honestly, Casey feels more like a part of the cast than David does. She was here longer.
Literally.
She smiled more.
She really was here.
She really was here longer. She was here from 10 a.m. to about 6 p.m.
I'm sorry. No, that's not
8 hours. She was here more than David
Longer
was.
than David.
Casey's part of our family.
Casey's part of the cast than David.
That is kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One thing that I didn't get clips of, and I could have got 35,000 of them. Jack is obsessed with alliances.
Oh yeah.
We saw on that second episode where he was creating the first big alliance of 5, and that expanded to 8.
Well, he started with the 3 guys. And then
it was the 3 guys, and brought the 3, and it kept expanding, and then he keeps talking about creating this other 5, and then he's got this one and that one. I get exhausted listening to him talk, and they still, to this day, this second 5 that he keeps talking about, Chrissy keeps going, okay, well, who's the 5th person? Yeah. They're still confused on who he's got in these alliances that they are in, which makes sense for Isabella being confused that second day where she didn't even know the girls' names of that first alliance. He's Devin.
He's not only, but it's not. Christy is also out there forming multiple alliances.
Yeah, that's
on
true.
Her own.
That's true.
They've both Jack and Christy have been talking with Ovi. So as much as the whole Ovi thing is going on, meanwhile, just today, Jack's outside talking to Ovi about, all right, you keeping it. He's like, you're checking your side of the house, right? Yeah, I'm checking my side of the house. We're going to keep it in line. And then a little bit later, Christy is talking to him about, well, I may tease your name out there, but you're safe. I'm just trying to throw it out there as a possible thing. So it's Jack is definitely doing it a lot, but he's not the only one that's doing some of these multiple alliances.
But he's the most blatant one doing it.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely the most blatant.
Another thing, and now we're starting to kind of actually get into gameplay type conversations here. One thing that I couldn't get audio from, I tried, because Colette pointed this out to me, so I found it. Bella has told Holly and Sis, which is what they call Annalise, that she doesn't think, if Kemi is going to go out, she doesn't want Kemi. She wants to give her a sympathy vote. She doesn't want her to go out unanimous. And this conversation was in the bathroom with the water running. One of them was brushing their teeth, so there's no way to get that clip. But this comes up a few times later on, so we definitely.
This is actually really, really important, and I actually think that she said this even before this, Scott, because I don't know. I want to say it could have even been Wednesday night, and I know she said it Thursday night. She said it a couple times, and then Holly and I refuse to call her Sis. I'm sorry, I hate that.
Annalise told Bella, go talk to Christy about it.
Holly and Annalise are going to confront Christy. Christy's going to ruin it. It's going to become a thing. But just know, it is very important that at some point in time, Bella said, "Oh, I don't want Kemi to go out unanimously. I think I will give her a sympathy vote."
Right. And
okay?
Bella,
so everybody needs to know that happened because it's going to be a thing.
But Bella is not. Bella, I don't know if we have clips where it covers this. Also, Bella feels like Christy is not the one running. She feels like Christy is beholden to other people, namely Jack, for who to target. He doesn't think Christy cares about getting Kemi out. He thinks Jack's the one who has it. There's something that happened between Jack and Kemi
Day 2
we don't know about.
Day 2. If we could have
Right,
feeds,
something
had feeds on day 2, we would understand all of this Kemi stuff a lot more.
Kemi has said or done something that really ticked Jack off, and we don't know what it is. I'm hoping they're going to show it to us maybe on Sunday's show. I don't know, but something happened that
yeah, and apparently
Jack has
she
a hard
talks
on
about a
Twitter.
lot of people too.
Yeah.
And
Well, they said name dropping.
Yeah,
and some of the clips later do mention it.
Yeah, I know,
Right.
but I just want, and this is a good place to talk about it, though. And it got back to a lot of people. And so if anybody's wondering, oh, why this, because, you know, literally the feeds turn on, we see 2 seconds of these people, and everybody seems super, super pleasant. And then, you know, 10 minutes later, you find out that they all hate one of the people and want them out immediately. And we're all like, wait, why? Why? They seem super nice. Yeah, we haven't been living with them for a week.
Yeah.
We have no idea what went on for an entire week in this house.
Yep. And there's always something that happens in that first week that we don't know about.
Oh, there's and there's some things that we find out about later.
Yes, yes. So yeah, this here is where Christy finds out about this plan.
Let's go through the crew. So it's Nick, Bella.
Maybe. Nick and Bella are not guaranteed votes for me anymore.
Well, that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
I just feel like Nick and Bella are going to vote together. And I don't necessarily know that Bella wants Kemi out, especially since she said that to you.
Sorry.
Especially since she said that to you and came up to my room for like 12 seconds and then walked out. I wasn't even really sure why she just came up just now. It was weird to me. Like, what would be the point of a sympathy vote?
I don't know.
If you're in an 8-person alliance, why would you not vote with your alliance?
Every year we have this, how dare they give her a sympathy vote? How dare you give them one vote? 14-1 is what this needs to be.
Well,
no, but also at the same time, it's like, look, you don't know these people, and loyalty is the name of the game, and trust right now is the most important commodity. So if one person's like, you know what, let me just flout that trust, let me just ignore any trust, you know, let me just do my own thing for a hot minute. But once I'm done doing my own thing, then I'll go back to trusting you again. Like, no. I get it. If I was HOH and someone's like, oh, let me just throw a sympathy vote, that someone would be dead to me because no, right now you need to impress me. You need to show me that I can trust you. You need to show me that 3 weeks from now, if my ass is on the line, I can count on you to be there for me. And right now, if you're pulling this shit, I don't think you can be there for me 3 weeks down the road.
Okay.
So no, I think it's a little bit more important than you do, Scott.
So, but in that comment that Christy made, she said Nick and Bella are not guarantees, and we haven't touched on this much. Remember, they thought they caught Nick and Bella making out. Someone said they caught it. They're Nick and Bella have kind of been at this point in the feeds to us. What we've noticed that Nick and Bella are hanging out a lot together. They are pretty much they're coupled off. They're not kissing. They're not making up, but they're spending time together, talking, that kind of stuff. And so Christy pointing that out, saying they're not guaranteed votes because they seem to be kind of off on their own, and they are a part of that original 6, which has now become 8. Which I don't think we maybe talked about that. So what we saw start out at 6 on Tuesday's show or Wednesday's show. They added Tommy and Annalise into that to make 8. So that's the 8 that they keep talking about. On the feeds right now, there's an 8, and it's the original 6 that we saw plus Annalise and Tommy.
Yes. This is another example, though, where Chrissy, though, confuses the hell out of me. When it comes to this vote thing, I watched like a 20-minute thing on Friday night because I was told, and we'll have a clip later, about how Bella, was pissing Christy off in this this ear nose piercing thing.
Oh yeah, I watched the nose piercing. Yeah, she did.
And I was waiting for the clip where Bella said something to piss Christy off, and it wasn't there. It was like 25 minutes of it, and she never even brought up the sympathy vote thing.
Oh no, but what somebody said, she said Christy. Do we have the clip where Christy said that Bella was disingenuous?
Yeah, I mean we have the big HOH meeting.
Right. Okay. But so the clip that you watched where they were doing the nose piercing, I had a discussion with someone about this where I said they look perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And someone said that anytime, and I didn't go back and watch, but I'm taking them their word for it. Anytime that Christy tried to talk game, Bella would change the topic, and that apparently is maybe what annoyed Christy, that Bella wouldn't talk game with her.
And also keep in mind that at this point, Christy knows that Bella wants to give that sympathy vote to Kemi. to Kemi, and that's always bothered Chrissy. The second she heard it, it's bothered her, and so now any little thing that Bella does that's just like a little individual or a little not right or a little not the way Chrissy needs it to be, that's just one thing on top of that sympathy vote that Christy does not understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is this is where we get the explanation. The explanation.
Everything's going to make sense now, at least for
everything's going to make sense. Catherine's craziness, Catherine's attachment to Jackson, Jackson playing Catherine with kid gloves.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a long clip.
Yep.
But
it is. But it covers a lot.
Can I tinkle in this one?
I think you probably could, but I think you might want to hear it.
You might want to hear Jackson.
Okay.
It's Jackson talking about Jackson.
I'm not hot for Jackson.
Yeah, but you might want to hear him.
Calm down.
No, but obviously, I slipped up a few nights ago.
What'd you say?
Slipped up.
No, with Kat.
Oh, yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it happened. It's so fucking what?
But that's no one's business. Who cares?
Yeah, but it don't matter. I don't care. It happened, but
It really matters, to be honest.
No.
Oh, that's why she was freaking out, because she knows that, like, she came up here and she was like so nervous, but wouldn't say it. Like, wouldn't straight out say that anything happened.
don't say any words because like we haven't kissed, we haven't hugged.
Yeah, no, it's none of my business.
No, but I'm saying so it's not gonna make air.
No.
It's not gonna make air. I know y'all know. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
It's irrelevant. It never
It's irrelevant.
Spoken about.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's irrelevant. But here's the thing: is like here's the thing: is she now has that little seed in her head. I mean, like how many people can say they did it in the Big Brother house?
Is it in her head?
Right, we were trying to mathematically figure out how many contestants there have been. Now how many have been?
Exactly.
It's a really small number.
Exactly. So I was like, fuck it, why not? Send it. Send it. Oh shit, we're yelling. Obviously, yes, I'm staying close with Kat. One, because I genuinely never want to make a girl feel like she's been used or feel like I'm taking advantage of her.
She has such a good heart.
She has a heart of gold, and I would be because she's like the kind of girl, like I have a friend like this that we went to college together. One of my best friends. She signed a release. I'm not going to name her name.
He's such an ass.
We just sleep with each other probably 40, 50, 60 times. But she's my best friend. There was never a relationship there. There was never anything emotionally there. We were just really good friends. It's okay. She's one of those girls that I would be like. Kat is the kind of girl like if we all go to Vegas, like I would probably get with other girls there, and she would be all supportive, and I'd be all for it. Like there's
I'm
not
sure she'd get attention too.
exactly, but like I'm saying, like it's a close friendship, but in no shape or form would it ever be something that like I could never be with Kat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
It just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart seeing her stressed because
it does.
I'm not like I'm not a bad guy. And like I do have a good heart, and I hate seeing someone cry. I hate seeing someone hurt. I want to help them.
Now, on the one hand, I can admire guys like, okay, out of all the people that have been on Big Brother, there's only been a select few that have fucked. Okay, I can now add myself to that group. But at the same time, you did it in the pussiest week of the season. You did it on the first week. I'd be more impressed by you if you did it, like week 3 or, you did it when there was no chance or little chance of anyone ever seeing it.
No, that's the best time to do it because that's when you can get freaky.
Well, I mean,
that's the best time to go buck wild.
That's why he said that they haven't kissed. Someone said that they haven't kissed. Like, no, I think what he's saying is we haven't kissed since we did anything, so there won't be any camera. It's not gonna be on camera, I think, because we aren't showing any affection towards each other, so it'll never be shown as a showmance. It was just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And
it's weird because when you preface this, you were like, oh, now we're gonna know why Catherine is the way she is and all this stuff. Like, no, I actually think Catherine is a hot mess because she's on the block and she may go out of the house.
It's probably more because she's on the block. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a combination of both.
I mean, I don't know. Mike may want to cover his ears, but like, who hasn't had a fuck buddy? Like, I feel like we've all had that one person where it's like, I remember I had somebody and we have sex when it was convenient, when we wanted to. Even sometimes when he had a girlfriend, sometimes when I had a boyfriend, and I didn't even love him. I didn't even care about him. He didn't feel that way about me. It was like, you know what? So-and-so's out of town. Oh, yeah, so-and-so's out of town. All right, well, we're here. Okay. And then literally forgot about it the next day and all was good. And, like, it was never a problem. I feel like
but
let me
jump in. Catherine is crazy pussy. Okay, let's just say right there. Catherine is...
I don't get it clingy.
I think the post-fucking attitude that she's had.
Maybe it's because I'm seeing her on the block. All of her craziness to me is, oh shit, I could really go out. I can't believe I'm on the block. What if they reverse backdoor me? That to me is the craziness I'm seeing. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think any of that has to do with sex.
I think it's both.
I think one of them put more value, put more weight on the incident than the other, and I think Catherine is the one who.
Why can't Catherine be like, hey, he's kind of good looking, he's a little gifted. He's a little gifted, maybe, and hey, I got a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, in week 1, and now I'm good to go. For
because we're going by the way that she acts. We're
going by her.
She's not acting weird about guys. She's acting weird about being on the block.
Let's see when she's off the block if things change, and then we'll know. We'll talk next week.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's serious. We'll talk. Let's see if she still gets all clinky with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, now here's a clip that I could probably have another 30 of because Christy, she goes back and forth on anything. I mean, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for her to not be HOH because it's like, oh, Kimmy's got to go. Kimmy's got to go. I don't want Kimmy to go. I don't want to go. Kimmy's got to go. Kimmy's got to go. Well, here is one of 30 times that she's had second thoughts about Kimmy.
I think people trust you to make the right decision.
Nobody trusts anybody in this game. It's Big Brother. Let's be real.
You only have a choice right now. So.
No, I know. Listen, I love this game.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I didn't have to win HOH, and I did, so... yeah, rock it out. I just don't know if I should leave them the same, because Kat's, like, you know, very super emotional right now, and, like, as she's withdrawing from the house, and I don't want to change the nominees, and then Kat bury herself into a hole, and the whole house flips, and then I have an enemy in Kemi. Kemi never said anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
She was dropping everybody's name, and that sucks, and that's trouble, but she never did anything to me.
Yeah, you're right. Choice you gotta make, you know. It's a tough one.
The answers always come to me, though. They literally always do. I don't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
I just feel like... just use my third eye.
Third eye.
Oh, you and your fucking third eye. Get that sage out.
Wait, don't you normally like third holes?
Well.
Did you hear that glass clinking?
Well, I was going to comment. They got metal cups this year, which are driving me nuts already.
Yeah, glass is clinking with the ice. That's
especially Jack. Jack always has a glass.
But wait, you know who was the worst though? You know who was the worst?
Who?
Ass licker shaking her.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yes.
She was the worst.
She was the worst. Yeah, but again, we hear she was dropping names left and right. We hear that a lot about Kemi. We're going to hear it again later. Yeah. This is kind of the same thing. This time it's Tommy is kind of the shoulder for her to cry on, and so this is her releasing all her frustrations.
Just like freaking out.
Yeah. How come?
I don't know, maybe I'm just like being emotional and sensitive and like a baby. But like the whole Kemi thing like doesn't feel good. And I feel like I'm playing a game for other people. You know?
Yep.
And I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I don't know, I know, but this is Big Brother and I have to make a decision and I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
Like, yes. My only validity behind getting her out would be that she's one less person to compete against in week 3 for the activity, which is great. But she never did anything to me. Yes, she dropped a lot of names of people in our alliance, but like whose game? Whose game am I playing? Right. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like a big move week 1, and it doesn't feel good in my gut. But I also don't want everyone in the alliance to be mad at me that I didn't do this.
No.
Because, you know, it requires, like, Sam using the veto, me putting her up. I'm, like, feeling like I don't, like, trust. Like, I feel like I don't want to feel like I'm playing Jack and Jackson's game.
No, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Kat's cool.
Yeah.
She's also super paranoid and someone that could just stay in this game and be someone else's target.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, which is the side that's like, okay, good, yeah. And she could be a vote for us and stuff like that.
Yep.
But like, Jackson and her in a showman, so I'm literally just doing him a favor by keeping her.
Right.
Because really, she's loyal to him. And I don't know where Bella stands. I really don't.
Right.
And my fear is that if Sam uses the veto and I put up Kemi, somehow she stays. Like, I don't trust where everyone really stands. And I don't want it to come back on me because Kemi never even did anything to me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, what do you think? I don't know.
I know, it's
and
tough.
it's also hard because I feel like the only person I do trust is you. And I obviously don't want to get alone with you too much.
Right.
I felt like I can really trust Jack, but he plays everyone in the house. He plays everyone in the house. And I almost want to shoot it straight with him and just be like, listen, you're fucking cool as shit. Like, we'll be friends on that outside. Like, he's gonna come up any minute, I know it. He's on my fucking radar bad. He's trying to get me alone tonight the whole night. And I'm feeling sketch vibes from him.
It is so hard to edit her because she just...
She doesn't break well.
She rambles.
Yep.
She rambles.
Yep.
Yeah, along the same... Oh, go ahead.
Well, so two questions, because I didn't see this clip with Tommy. Did Tommy ever say anything?
Mm-mm.
I mean, because I'm trying to figure out.
He just sits and listens to her, basically.
Right, but I'm trying to... You know, Christy has been all over the place with her alliances and who she's talking about, and she'll talk badly about Jack when he's not in the room, and then she'll talk badly about Jack to Bella when Jack isn't in the room. She's bad-mouthing her own alliance quite a bit to different people within her alliance, and I'm trying to figure out...
Tommy just reassures her. When he finally gets a word in, that's all he does.
He's the one that I think she's going to be most honest with, because she's got this big, and I just was curious. I haven't seen Tommy talk game much on the feeds yet, and so I just was curious because that seemed to be
Christy is not nearly as strong as she thinks she is, or that she would like to be. And it's funny, and I don't know why, but it took me till this season to realize first week's HOH. You know what? And you know, they always ask this in the interview to the new cast members. You know, will you go for the first HOH? You know what? No, don't, because you're HOH for like 25 days.
Yes.
You have a million opportunities to make so many enemies and to be in power for way too long, for so much shit to go wrong, that now I think I will firmly say, if you go in the Big Brother house, do not, under any circumstances, win the first HOH unless you went in there and you were a total asshole, maybe like David. Like for those first 2 days, and everybody hated you and everybody wanted you out, and you 100% needed it because you knew you were in trouble. Other than that, no, because you're going to have it for 18 days, and it's going to be a problem. Yeah, I mean, because right now they have like the best alliance ever. Everybody was the best of friends. It was huge. They were golden for several weeks. And now, as we're going to get into it, they're all imploding. They all don't trust each other. They're all against each other. And it's because this is the longest HOH ever. And they got time to think, and they got time to talk. Yep. And it's just getting problematic. And also, Christy, she's too. I mean, I thought she was. Even though I didn't really care for her in her preseason interviews, I did think she was kind of a tough broad a little bit, and knew where she stood and all this. I actually didn't realize she's a little bit more of a people pleaser than I would like her to be. I think she needs to be a little bit more firm and not be so wishy-washy.
So a couple more thoughts on Christy. I'm curious that what I think the side we're seeing of her, like with Tommy, we wouldn't have seen if Tommy wasn't in the house. I think she's willing to let her guard down with him, so he never would have seen that.
I agree with you.
That's kind of interesting. I wanted to bring up a couple things a point she made during that conversation with Tommy, because she mentioned the reasons to get rid of Kemi for her, because there's this whole whacktivity thing again that we're going to find out about, that they know who is scheduled to compete which week. And as she said, Kemi is one of, I guess it's 4 groups of 4 or something, and Kemi is one of the 4 people in her group that has a chance to win that in her week. So if she gets rid of Kemi this week, that'll be one less person that could possibly win it on her week.
Yeah,
so
that totally makes
a valid reason. But at the same, and she said, and they have said that. I've heard several of them say Kemi is a strong competitor. She's physically strong. She may be very immature. She may be, dropping names and doing other things, but she is a strong competitor. And so they do have, that's another reason they want to get rid of her.
Yeah. This is along the same lines, but this is her talking to the girls. So she's able to drop a line that I think there's even a couple more clips later on where she drops the exact same line.
I gotta, yeah. I feel like it makes me nervous that I saw her. Girl time and fuck Jackson and Jack. It makes me nervous that
Jackson I don't even care about right now because he's just like, whatever, it's fucking Jack. And I'm like...
Yeah, Jackson I don't worry about. Also, we do need some muscle. And I think it'll be easy to get rid of him later.
Like I'm not. It's not even 1% on my radar of making any type of move against the boys now. We are 8, and that's solid and final. But subdivisionally, I'm distancing myself a little bit, and I'm not gonna do it in like a salty way or like a realization way. It's gonna be gradual. It's gonna be so gradual. And if he asks me straight up, I'm gonna say, "Do you want me to shoot it straight with you? We're not a showmance, and we look like one. Do you want a target? Because I don't.
Yeah.
So be cool. We're good. We're ungrateful. We're fine. Go be social. Let him dig his own grave.
Be our little thing after the show.
No, I don't. No, I don't even want that. I like fucking girls. I don't want a boyfriend. I don't want one. It's just easy.
We get it.
Flirt. It's fun to flirt. It just
there's really no one else around.
When someone hot is flirting with you, it's just like, okay, sure, pet me, touch me, play with my hair, kiss my shoulders. Like, of course. But I'm gonna waste my game over something that I wouldn't even want on the outside. No.
We get it.
But how? Okay, I don't want to make anyone mad with what I'm about to say, but I have to say it because I seriously don't get it. How do you walk into the house? I'm a lesbian. I only like girls. And how is the entire house and even the fans being like, "Oh, you and Jack have a thing"? How does that even happen? How did you let that happen? How did you let it go there? I don't understand how that happens. You're always saying, "No, I'm only girls. Girls. I want to be with girls. I don't like guys, blah, 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 Jack getting it." But yet, everybody, Christy and Jack. Oh, they have a thing. Jack, he's looking at her like he's looking at a filet mignon. How... what did we miss in week 1? Was Christy like overly nice to everybody, just trying to get everybody to be her friend? Was she like, I mean, because she is kind of earthy crunchy, right? Like, her store is called like Mystic Earth, right? So she's kind of like, right? So maybe she went in there being like, "Oh, I need to make everybody," because I'm sorry, but I don't understand how someone who goes in hardcore lesbian, now there's rumors of her being in maybe a romantic thing with a guy. How does that even happen? Am I tell me if I am insane for asking that question.
Well, we think you're insane, but not for that reason.
No, I know, but I will shut up and I will never say anything again. But I'm just...
I understand what you're saying completely. It is weird to me.
Put any lesbian in this house and I guarantee week 1 there's no rumors of her with a romance with a man. I'm sorry.
Well, she's even said that she might eventually marry a man, so she's
fluid.
Jumping all
she
over the
says
place.
that a lot, doesn't she? Oh no, I was informed on Twitter today that actually fluid is not the correct term, which I thought it was. I don't know. It's like it's.
Well, we're
pancakes.
trying to figure it out.
No, it's not pancakes. It's pansexual, something like that. I don't know.
Whatever it is. So yeah, that ends Thursday. We move on to Friday. Cliff has now turned into the talking to the feedsters guy, and I know there's a lot of people who love it. I don't find it as intriguing as most people do. I don't know why that is. But I'm playing this clip because he does, and he didn't come out in his interviews as a feed watcher, but he does state it here.
All you live feeders out there, my family's been watching on live feeds, on Pop, the regular episodes for years. everything I've seen is from y'all's angle. Suddenly being here, it's just amazing. And it's amazing how quick I forget about the mirrors, the cameras, the microphones, even this house being the Big Brother house. I get up in the morning, I just walk in, it's just a kitchen. It's just a bathroom. Bathroom shared with 14 other people, but just a bathroom. And then I picture 10 days, and if I play the game the way I want to, and I'm here through the whole deal, it's a drop in the bucket. I keep telling myself this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. I've got to keep making the long-term decisions. But imagining the days I've stayed in here so far and multiplying that by another 90% or so, man, it's a long time.
Go, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know he was done. Well, so you said how, like, people love people that talk to the feeds. It's the reason I would like it is because I want to know what's going on in the gameplay. And right now, I don't look at Cliff as being a major game player. So Cliff is more of an observational. Oh, Ovi made cookies today. It seems that things are going on, but I really don't know about anything that's going on because I'm not in any big alliance. I have a couple of people talking to me. Whereas when I really enjoyed it was when a certain Big Brother 8 winner would spend time talking because he was at the front of the pack. He was making decisions. He was pushing buttons and
another person we'll never name on this show.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm just saying it just. That I did find that informative between this hawking loogies and spitting. I did find it informative. Right now, Cliff isn't providing me with any information that I really care that much about. So he's not like I haven't been going like, oh, I got to go back and watch Cliff talk.
No, but I see on Twitter whenever he does it. Oh, he's my favorite player. Oh, look at he's telling us about the.
Look, I'm sorry, but that was literally the most boring clip we've ever played this entire show. Like this episode, that was the most boring clip we played.
Yeah.
I was because I didn't listen to it before we started the show, so I was like hardcore listening. I was like, oh, I need to get ready. I need to get a comment ready. I need to have a reply. What's Mike gonna say? What's Scott gonna say? And I was like, he's not saying anything. He's not doing anything. He's just, I'm a good old boy on the feeds, and here I am talking in the. Oh, shut up! Tell me something interesting.
Well, he did call out George Strait today. Okay, just so you know.
That means nothing in the game of Big Brother.
I agree. All right, well, back to actual gameplay. This might be hard to hear, but I captured it anyway. Bella, again, talking about the sympathy vote idea. This time, it's to a person I forgot was even in the house. Nicole.
The hero said I personally love Connie. Me too. And I feel like she's a great person. But also we're also each here to win. Yeah. But the thing that I'm not annoyed about is I was thinking I would love to just not just so that she doesn't feel like it's a clean sweep. Yeah. And I don't know if I want to maybe talk to Christy as we confirm that everyone will vote against her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just talk to whoever else is maybe if it's Cat or Clutch, that just be there won't be one vote. But the thing is, I don't want that to put a target on my back for later. Yeah. But then,
so is it definitely a known thing that he's using it?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was hard to hear, but she was saying I don't want her to go out unanimous.
Right.
And Nicole, who has absolutely no idea what's going on, so that's who they're thinking he's going to use it. Okay, Nicole, whatever.
Yeah.
But a little bit later in the day, maybe Kemi is getting a clue.
I hope Sam doesn't do anything with the veto. I don't think he will, but
I don't see why he'd have a reason to.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm getting backdoored. I get so fucking paranoid. Oh my god.
She says it as a joke.
Yeah.
Does she, or did she just walk out of the diary room? Because production has been the 17th player for the past two days. Yeah. Production has been spinning Christy's head like a top and has finally awoken Kemi from her nap. So.
That could be true.
No, it's not could be. It is true.
Okay, it is true. So the backyard was actually open for this is the first time since we've seen the feeds. Seems like it's been the first time for many, many days. They were all excited that they did go outside. I was excited because I got to see some bikinis. It was nice.
There you go.
It was very, very nice. But otherwise, there was a lot of the same stuff. We had Catherine's paranoia, Christy not wanting people to think she's with Jack, Kemi and Jessica clueless as normal, and we even have a clip of Kemi and Jessica being clueless.
I thought like in watching these things, like you assume that
obviously
everybody's going at it really fast. Like, why the hell is there an alliance on day 2, of a show? Like, my best friend, she told me before I came out here, she was like, if you don't get into an alliance on the first day, then there's going to be a big alliance that you're not a part of.
And that's what happened.
Here I am day 2, like, oh shit, is something going on? And like, I mean, I don't know because I'm not like a super fan, so I don't like. I've seen some seasons, but I don't know enough about it to know if that's the case every year. But there's so many big personalities here that I can't even see that happening because I could see that being a problem. Like, imagine having a group of like 5 or 6 people out of the group that we have here.
Maybe
I
it is.
can't see an alliance. I mean, I would say that out of the 15 people that we have, there are like 12 big personalities. So, I mean, I can't imagine that like being the case, I mean, it could be. But who?
They're all such big personalities. I can't see them all binding together to an alliance. I mean, come on.
Oh my God. And people are literally laying down their lives rooting for this person. She doesn't even know how it works. She doesn't even realize that people walk in, make alliances, want to win comps.
Yep. And I got that clip. I edited it down because she said she had a friend, who knows someone on the show, but her friend told her said, you need to have an alliance really quick.
Can we trade Kemi for her friend? I would love to have her friend in the house. I would love to have her friend in the house and see how she rolls.
Yeah, it might have been interesting. Yeah, that just so many big personalities. Well, yeah, she's right. She's not right. She's not wrong. There are a lot of big personalities. They just happen to be in an alliance.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
why they got cast, Mike.
Yes.
Because they're big personalities. Because they're
that's
supposedly charismatic. That's
Yeah.
why you end up on a television show on CBS.
That's why I'm not on one.
Exactly. All right, now Christy, though, she finally gets that opportunity to tell Jack everything she's been crying about to the girls and Tommy and everybody else.
Another reason I honestly wanted to talk to you, honestly, because another reason that I was really upset yesterday is because there were 3 separate conversations with the names Christy and Jack as like a thing, and I just really wasn't into that because, first of all, that's not a thing, and second of all...
Christy and Jack is as much as Jack and Tommy.
Exactly, but it's easier to say Jack and Tommy because you're 2 guys, and it's not like something that I want to be. Nothing against you, obviously. I love you. You're my friend forever, no matter what.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want like I almost like snapped at Nick because he was like, yeah, everyone's gonna think I'm in a showman's because I sleep with Bella every night now. It's like, for example, like Christy and Jack, and I literally stopped him dead in his tracks, and I got like upset over it, and I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I was like, and he was like, oh, and then he said the thing about you sleeping in my bed, and I said, no.
I haven't.
That wouldn't happen. I said, I don't know why you think that that's a thing. And then, like, even Bella said something in the afternoon yesterday, and then Mickey said something about a wedding, and it's funny. Like, it's funny, but, like, I don't think that that's... So, like, if I do pull away from you at all, it has nothing to do with, like, our friendship.
I appreciate
my loyalty to you in this game, because that's where my head is. I know how good you are at this game, and I want to play with a good player, but it's not... that's not why I'm here, even a
You
little bit.
see why her clips are so hard to edit?
I just don't want that type of thing.
We're breaking up right now.
Is this us breaking up? But I know that you know, and I know that you're here for the same reason.
But yeah, And I respect you not having to explain our position and why our position is the way
Yeah,
it
like,
is.
fuck that. I'm sorry.
Not
And
for
if I'm going to be in a showmance, I better actually be in one. I'm not going to be. Yeah, like, fuck that.
If I'm gonna fucking do it, I better get some.
Fuck that.
Did you know that she likes girls?
That's what I've heard, Scott.
Does she?
Jack,
Who knows? I don't know. She might like Jack.
Jack is just so very strong and forward, and he talks like this all the time to everyone. This is how things are going to be, and we're going to do this, and that's how the way it is. All right, that's what we're going to do. This is just how Jack talks all the time. And he's very, very Jason Momoa. Is it Jason Momoa? What's his name?
I have Aquaman.
Yeah, that guy.
I guess I don't.
That's what I love.
I don't watch comic book movies, so I have no idea what Aquaman even means. But that's me. That's me. Speaking of Jack, though, I have 2 clips to play in a row that are hilarious. First off, it has kind of come out that a lot of the people's reactions against Ovi is because of Jack. Okay, I have heard that from various people, and so here is Jack being an asshole to Ovi. Now you got to listen carefully, though.
You feeling swole right now, boss?
It's a little bit rough.
You look a little swole. Love you.
It's probably hard to hear there. What happened was Jackson and Jack were in the kitchen. Ovi walked by, and they, you heard, you're looking kind of swole today. And as soon as Ovi was out the door, Jack said, douche.
Well,
What?
I mean, what are you and what are?
Well,
what are we doing right now? But basically calling all of them douches. I mean, what? Like, there's a lot of things for me to hate Jack for. But talk shit behind someone's back. I do that for breakfast.
I know,
I'm
but
gonna pick on him for that.
But
you're not on a reality show.
I thought it was funny to hear.
On a podcast right now that
Yeah, but they know that's what we do.
Tomorrow,
but they know that's what we do.
I thought it was funny to play that clip because I have this clip afterwards.
One moment at a time. Yep. Nothing but love. All good. That's what I came in here to do, is to spread nothing but love and not fill the world with so much, not fill this house with animosity and hatred, and try to be honest.
It is, and it sucks.
He's there for nothing but love.
No, but I have to disagree, because all I do all day on Twitter is talk shit about people that I feel deserve to be talked shit about. And then literally yesterday, I posted a picture of my knitting and said this was made with love.
Yeah, but hang on.
Yeah, but your knitting is made with love.
You would never go. Okay, let's say that a certain pop singer's brother showed up on our podcast, or you ran into him. You wouldn't be kissing his butt and talking to him, saying nothing but love.
No,
would you?
No.
Okay,
no,
well, that's what you would be like. No, I don't like you. I didn't like you on the show. I don't like you.
It would never
happen.
happen.
To him.
But wait, but are we talking about 2 different people? But wait, so he talked shit about behind Ovi's back. Did he then say to
That's
Ovi's
who he was saying
face?
Nothing but love to Jovi. Yeah, that's who he was saying it to. Nothing but love to
I thought
Ovi.
that was a girl's voice I heard.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I totally got that.
Right, Scott? That was to Ovi, right?
Who knows?
I thought he was talking to a girl.
Well.
Yeah, let's move on. We find out we already have a big breakup in the house.
I would have liked to, I wasn't gonna say anything. Wow, I was just I don't, so anyway, yeah, you couldn't fucking see anything, so it was hard to kiss, and we were trying to be quiet, because it was Jackson. Was you gonna kiss her? I don't know, I was awful. I couldn't see. Yeah, it was pitch black, we were under the blanket, and we couldn't fucking see shit, and we're trying to be quiet. Was she laughing, or was she No, we couldn't, it was so hard to kiss, bro. And after that, we couldn't, every time we were around, we just put our lips on each other. It was so 5th grade shit, because we were trying to be so quiet. We wouldn't go, it would just be like that. That's the kisses we were doing. But we can't do it anymore, so now, honestly, if Sis actually... Well, at least she's still cool, though. No, it wasn't because I didn't want to, like I said, I fucks with Bella. Bella was the first person that was oh shit, I dig her. Obviously, Sis is yeah, you just never thought about it until now. Oh shit. Yeah, until she actually started gassing me up. Becoming a reality. Yeah. But, no, I wouldn't ever leave someone for, a better option. That's fucked up. And I wouldn't even necessarily say that she is a better option. I like Bella's personality a little bit more, but Sis is just so
Sweet and genuine.
Yeah, they're different. They're two different personalities. I would be happy. I'd be blessed to have either one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I just still think Sis is a fucking idiot. if she really got liked me.
I mean, I gotta say, Nick is my hero. If Annalise is actually giving him the eye, that he's kind of saying is happening here. There was a clip a little bit earlier that was interrupted by where Bella had apparently told Nick that they couldn't continue their relationship.
Right.
Be something about their cultures.
Right. Nick said, yeah, we made out, but then we realized that we can't because of the cult. He was saying culture because of her family.
Please,
No.
but I'm just saying, let's imagine
He
that
said
Nick...
Bella's the one that said this.
Okay, no, but I'm just saying, let's imagine that Nick gets down and dirty with Annalise in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He'd be my hero.
No, but wait. You know what? Let me finish. And let's just imagine how Bella is going to think about all that. It's going to bug her? You don't think that's going to piss her off? You don't think that's going to infuriate? You don't think she's going to be sitting in a corner being like, God damn it, I should have stayed with him. She would be furious. So.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. But there are stories floating around that Bella actually has a boyfriend in the real world.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if she does, he obviously doesn't matter because she's really cozy with Nick.
Yeah.
Well, not if it was just a fun thing, fuck buddy kind of a thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
And that's apparently what someone said. He was like an older guy or something.
Yes.
No, I hadn't heard any.
Yeah, I mean, and if she hasn't told anybody about it, and if she didn't walk in the house being like, I have a boyfriend, everyone.
And he's 80,000 years old.
Yeah, and she can do whatever she wants.
Exactly. We had a little bit of surprise. I actually admit, I was doing my little radio show, and I turned on the feeds after I was done, and I saw that Kemi and Jack were actually talking.
Yeah, she grabbed Jack and said, can you come back and talk with me? And then they had this little conversation.
I mean, I guess I just wanted to talk to you because I don't really know you that well. I feel like I've talked to pretty much everyone in the house except for you.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I know your last name.
Yeah, it's Matthews.
Matthews, yeah. But yeah, so.
Well, yeah, no, we can hang out and we can touch base. I mean, for me, like the gameplay that I'm playing is I'm laying pretty low key and just trying to stay neutral across all boards.
Yeah.
Like almost like a float.
Right.
Like if you can see the way Tommy plays and the way Tommy is loved by all, and you try and stay in a neutral game set in a neutral frame of mind. And for me,
Right.
That just kind of went on. That was the whole point of playing that, was to show that first of all, Kemi is the one. She did initiate this conversation with Jack. But what happened is that while this conversation was going on, Christy was walking around with Bella. They were walking around trying to figure out who put this shirt up in Christy's room, and they walk through the room, and Christy sees Jack talking with Kemi on the bed, and she just kind of went on her way, but it comes back later.
Oh, she's pissed. Christy
is not pleased. She thinks, but to be truthful, this was Kemi initiated this conversation. Jack was pulled into the room, and he just kind of took it on. It was so that's how it actually happened, and there was talking.
Okay, but also all Kemi said was, so I really haven't talked to you. I really didn't get to know you. So.
Right.
And then it went ... and then she left it open. And so really, that's how you get to know somebody, is you walk up and say, I don't really know you, so.
Yeah, I don't even know your last name.
And then you sit there and you wait for what? A conversation to happen? You wait for you guys to become best friends to share this background?
This is just Kemi's clueless, but the point is that this conversation, as clueless as Kemi was, and as little as was actually talked about, this got Jack in all kinds of hot water with Christy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I just want to. I mean, because you were given a little praise for Kemi initiating the conversation,
That was
I just wanted to be like,
I was not.
Yeah,
praising,
she said I don't know you, and then the conversation stopped.
I was
there,
not praising Kemi for initiating the conversation. I was simply saying Jack did not initiate the conversation with Christy. Is convinced that Jack did it because Jack is upset with Christy, and so he's going off to talk to Kemi.
Got it.
Yeah, Christy is pissed.
Kat's gonna be freaking out right now. You know that, right?
She went back down to
She's gonna be freaking out.
Why? She went back down to
Because Jack and Kemi are in the trailer room, like whispering.
Well, when you were in the bathroom, she whispered. She's like, "Why is Jack talking to Kemi?" And I was like, "We have no fucking idea. That's what we're trying to figure out."
She's gonna
and
go
she's like,
AWOL right
she's
now.
like, "Oh, I wanted to go listen, but I don't want to be paranoid."
Listen,
and I was like, "Go listen."
Totally honest. I don't need to backdoor Kemi.
Then don't
Like,
do
I
it.
really don't.
Then don't do it, because it's your HOH. So you decide what
like,
you want to
it's kind
do.
of like everyone's fucking pissing me off about it. Especially Jack, because he thinks he's running this fucking
Then don't do
game
it.
and running this
Then don't
house.
do it. Don't do it.
Like, I'm not playing the Jack show.
Don't do it.
Again, I could have had 30 clips of Christy saying this exact same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not running the Jack show. I'm not running the. Okay, well then don't fucking run the Jack show. Do what you. So she confronts Jack about this.
So I obviously want to talk to you. What were you talking to Kimmy about?
Yeah, dude, all you guys busted. She asked me to talk, and I wasn't going to
I'm
be
just
like...
curious, because you know I'm obviously
Yeah,
always going to be 100%
Yeah.
honest with you, because I would hope that you would do the same with me.
I'm just gaming.
No, I know you are. And I'm cool with that, but I just want to be in the loop.
I didn't reach out to her. I was in the kitchen. She caught
And
me
I don't
wrong,
want you to
and
lie
then-
to me. Like, be fucking
No,
real
this
with
is-
me.
I'm going to
Because
tell
I know
you
you're good
from-
at this game.
America. I'm telling you, this is the truth from beginning to end. I'm going to tell you exactly how it went. Are you ready? So I was in the kitchen. We were wrapping up. Everybody, like, dissipated. I don't know where everybody went. And all of a sudden, I turn towards, like, to get workout clothes. We're getting ready to work out.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I'm going to go get my workout clothes. And I go to turn towards the boys' bedrooms. And there she is standing right at, like, the intersection of the table and the wall, the memory wall.
Jack, can I talk to you for a second?
And I'm like, I'm like, how's that? So she takes me back to the RV and she's like, so how are you doing? Like, ask me as we're walking back. And I'm like,
so nervous. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go. Like, I don't even know what the fuck we're going to... It's been 10 days, bitch. We haven't talked.
I know. That's
So
why I
how's
don't really
it?
get
Yeah.
it.
So she's like, so how are you doing? I'm like, I'm good. I'm having a good day. You know, just being passive. She sits me down and she's like, so, like, I'm sitting in the bed, of course. And she's just, I just feel like we haven't talked in the past couple days. And I was like, yeah. And so I go over my game plan. Like, we literally haven't sat and talked game. And my game was, I said, and I didn't want to give her anything that she could say against me. Like, turn to Cliff, turn to anybody and be like, Jack said this, Jack said this.
Yeah.
So we get back to the room and I'm like, I divulge my
Because I figured
game.
she eventually was going to want to speak to you. I just wished it was sooner and not this late. Like, she knows that the veto meeting is like tomorrow, so why are you waiting till now?
She's fucked. She's
Anyway,
dead.
sorry,
She's
I cut
not
you off.
good
but
at
go
this
ahead.
game. She's not good at this game. She's very bad at this game.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
And I have to say, I'm not a Jack fan, but he's completely in the right here. Christy has no reason to be mad.
Christy's losing her shit. She's 85 days into her HOH and she is losing her marbles.
Yeah.
She and you just said that. I meant to say this earlier. She found out they thought that tomorrow night was the live eviction.
Yeah.
She found out today or yesterday. She's like, "What? Wednesday? No." She's like, "I want to be done with this head of household really badly."
Exactly. So there is a bit of an HOH meeting here, and this is where a lot of things kind of come together. The sympathy vote thing and everything else.
Right.
So here's the first clip of this HOH meeting.
Cat's not going anywhere.
Cat's not going anywhere.
Hey, that's cool. I'm not losing any sleep over
That bitch. That
All I'm
bitch
saying is
will be in
All I'm saying is
fucking
that
room.
Jessica told Kat that Kimmy, Nick, and Bella are trying to get the boat flipped.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You're lying.
No, that's why I was coming up here. That's why I was coming up
Sketch bomb.
here because,
Sketch bomb.
because Jessica's been approached about trying to vote out Kat. So what I'm saying is I didn't want to be sitting
And
there.
Jessica won't, though. Jessica won't vote for Kemi, correct?
No, she's going to vote for Kat.
Yeah.
Like, to stay.
Yeah.
She wants Kat to stay.
Yeah.
So
So
she'll
where did
vote
this?
Kemi
So
out.
how do you know that they're conspiring to get in?
Because they approached Jessica, trying to get her to
Even
vote
Nick?
against Kat.
Oh, and Jess told Kat.
Yeah, and Jess told Kat.
Did Bella tell Nick or Nick it?
I don't know the
wants
details.
in
I don't know
on
the
this?
details. All I know
Yeah,
is that
Bella
Jessica...
is Team Kemi, and Bella is gonna get Nick on board, and they're gonna
wonder
try to
if
flip
she's
the
trying to
vote,
talk to
and I'm gonna
Jess.
fucking blow this
To
house
Jay?
up.
Yeah, Jess.
There's
Anyways.
no way they're that dumb.
Sure, you're going to blow the house up. Sure you are. Sure.
So this is So this meeting is 5 of the 8. The 3 that aren't there of this 8 that we talked about are Nick, Bella, and Tommy.
Yeah.
Those 3 are not in the room.
2 of the 3 are the ones that they're bitching about this entire conversation.
Right. And Tommy isn't there. Tommy, that's the thing. Tommy has really been. We haven't talked about Tommy hardly at all, which I was hoping we would talk about Tommy tonight, but we really haven't. And so he's a part of the alliance, but I think because he's so close to Christy, he's safe with them. Everybody likes Tommy. I mean, loves.
There's
Tommy.
not much to talk about.
I know, but I was hoping to talk to Tommy. That's the thing.
And the funny thing is that feed leak, it was all Tommy. It was all singing and dancing and putting on performances and
yes.
Yeah. So here they are continuing to bash the 2 members of their alliance that aren't there.
As of right now, we have us 5, Tommy, and then Nick and Bella in 8. Nick and Bella are starting to scare us. We are still trying to go for Kimmy, correct?
100%.
Okay.
On my
Sam is still on board for using the veto, correct?
Yes, I spoke to him thoroughly today.
Cliff is going to get
He
pulled
has
off.
his speech and
correct?
everything. Yes.
I'm just going through the list
Cliff
of
has
things
his
that we could
speech.
clarify.
We were doing Kat has her speech, and Sam has
Cliff
his
is going
speech.
to get pulled
and
off.
I have mine.
And then we have
8 votes, guaranteed.
Yep.
Not including Nick and
guaranteed.
Bella. Not including Nick and Bella. 8 votes. I have to go. I can't be in this room any longer. I've been in this room for a really long time.
Okay, then go.
I'm just saying, I have to go talk to Kat at some point.
Perfect.
Are we cool?
I was never not cool. I'll never not be. If I'm not cool with you, I'll tell you I'm not cool with you, but I'm always going to ask you when I want to know anything. One thing with me, Jack, is that I'm never going to lie to you.
And I'm never going to lie to you.
Okay, then we're good.
Are we so grateful to be here?
Fucking
actually.
Yeah, I am.
Grateful with
I'm grateful that people are showing
I actually like that comeback there.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm grateful that people show
Dude,
their
I was just talking to Tommy about that. I just told him, I said, I have a weird feeling about Nick and Bella. They have been isolating themselves.
She's a fucking
lot.
flight risk, and I'm not into it.
They have, I mean, it's one thing to like be close to someone and talk to someone and lay in bed with them. It's another thing to be completely secluding yourself from not only the house, but from your alliance that you were apparently supposed to be in, and not talking to any of us about shit.
Right.
Because when I go over there and ask them, hey, is everything good? Y'all okay? Is Bella okay? And I'm getting generic bullshit answers and I can smell it in the air. Dude,
Yeah, I stood up
we're
here with her,
supposed
and
to
it
be
was
in
the
an
most
alliance.
ingenuine.
We're supposed to be on the
That's
same
how
page here.
Exhausting.
Yeah, no, this is a very, very flimsy alliance. It had so much promise from the beginning. Look, you all, and I'm not talking to you, Scott and Mike, I'm talking to the ladies in the audience. You all, you love Jack, right? Thought he was so charismatic, so cute, so blah, 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 got along with everybody, and now we're finding out he's like super extra. He needs to be the people pleaser. He needs everybody to love him. He needs everybody to like him. He needs to feel like he's swindling everybody. Then you have Bella, who's, I don't know, quite honest, I don't know what freaking planet this bitch is on. Like, are you in an alliance, or are you piercing your nose trying to save the one girl that everybody in the entire house hates? Like, I don't understand. Make a decision. Are you hooking up with the guy, or does your culture say no, you can't hook up with the guy? Make a decision. Are you sitting and obsessing over your tiger mom, or are you, I'm a rebel against my tiger mom? Like, she, I feel like maybe she was on Ritalin for many, many years. She can't make a decision, this girl. All of these, and Christy, super strong, comes in. I'm fierce. I know what I'm doing. I like girls. Blah, blah. And 2 days later, maybe I don't. Maybe I'm going to marry a guy. Maybe, should I get rid of so-and-so? Should I do that? It's wishy-washy, wishy-washy. All these people, they came in acting one way, and 48 hours later, they're all losing their shit. They all, I don't know. Are they like trying to fill some archetype that they feel like they need to be? Like, I really feel that with Jack. Right? I feel like, he needs to be Mr. Power Player. He needs to be like, I'm going to go swindle all these people. Well, you know what? That's not Jack. That's actually not him. So the fact that he's doing that, everybody in his alliance is picking up on it, and they're like, wait a minute. This isn't the Jack that we sort of knew and recognized for the first 5 days in the house. We actually thought you were cool. We thought you had our back. Now here you are talking to everybody, telling everybody weird stories, talking shit behind everybody's back, and that's a problem for us. And now, up until right before we went on the air today, you have some people who were supposedly his best friends all shit-talking Jack. All can't wait to get rid of Jack. Jack was a golden boy, sitting pretty. Am I nuts that all of these people...
Well, you are nuts, but okay, never mind.
No, but I just feel like they're all playing like these weird individual games when they had such a good alliance. Just stick with the alliance. Get rid of the Fringe. Get rid of Jessica. Get rid of Nicole. Get rid of Ovi. Get him out. Get Cliff, Sam, whatever. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. And then stick with your 8 and then cannibalize each other. Why is that so hard?
Because they've been in the house.
They've been in the
house for a week and a half. Nothing has changed, and the second. So we're talking about it now. To them, this show is still not real. The alliances are still not real. Wait until Wednesday night after eviction. I don't care who goes, whoever goes, it's going to be real then. Then they're going to be like, oh crap, because David leaving was nothing. David was, he lost the game. He lost the competition.
And it wasn't really because of any of them either.
Chad nominated people. Not Chad. Where did I get Chad from? Jackson nominated people, but it really didn't matter. It was just what happened, and David was the one who didn't win it. They still have not voted someone out. Once they vote someone out, it's going to make it real, and they're going to tighten their screws a little bit tighter and start to not be as flexible and trying to accommodate each other. I think
I'm trying to remember us at this point last season. And I don't remember me looking at everybody and thinking that they're as flimsy as they are last season. Even if I didn't like somebody last season, like a rock scab, or a
Soggy,
Swaggy, or whatever. Even if I didn't like them, they were firm in their beliefs. They stood where they needed to stand, and they were like solid. I respect that more than this flimsy, wishy-washy bullshit.
But we had a Tyler last season who was able to make everybody happy and had everybody manipulated and lined up in a row, and it's a different set of people.
Is Mike giving Tyler a compliment?
I'm giving Tyler lots of credit. Tyler was an awesome manipulator. He did a great job. There's no problem with that.
But yeah, that didn't come. I mean, that wasn't week 1. I'm talking week 1. We're making introductions. We're laying the land. We're making a big alliance with people we literally.
I can't remember last week, let alone last
days
season.
ago. You know what I mean? Like, we just met these people.
Yeah.
So why are you 5 or 6 days later going out on these weird missions or having these weird ideas? Like, just make it through the first week, dudes. Just make it through the first week. I mean, can't you just smile and nod and stay with your alliance for 1 week? For 1 week, can't you just be loyal to each other? How hard is that?
I don't disagree. And speaking of weirdness among alliances, we saw in that last clip that Chrissy was annoyed with Jack. So, of course, she goes to complain about Jack. Who does she complain about Jack to? Kemi and Bella.
Oh. Yes, she complained to multiple people, but yes.
But Kemi and Bella.
I haven't heard this, but I haven't heard this clip. But I almost got the clip of her complaining about. So before you play this clip, let me just tell you what the clip that I watched that I didn't get. She's in the head of household room, and she is reenacting the Jack confrontation that she did, and it's to Holly and Annalise, and she's going, oh, he threw himself at me. He was like, oh my God. And he was totally full of it. I didn't believe anything he said. So at that point, at least, I don't know what this clip's going to say. At that point, Christy was pretty much saying everything that Jack said to us as a group, that was all BS. He totally was plotting with Kemi. So
again, Kemi is the POV target. Right. Bella is the person they've been bitching about for the last few hours because Bella isn't completely in their group and wants to throw a sympathy vote. And this is who Chrissy goes to air her grievances to? It makes no sense.
He's acting salty at me all day because I told him that he needed to fucking back off. He's mad. No, fucking Jack. Oh. Boys don't like, not all boys, but boys that think they're running the show. He thinks this is the Jack show. Boys don't like when girls call you out on shit. And because I was like, chill out. Like I feel like today, like yesterday, like 3 times my name was mentioned in a sentence, like with him, like Christy and Jack, and I was like, fuck that. First of all, I didn't come here for that. Second of all, I like girls. Third of all, if I'm gonna be associated in a showmance, I at least better be in one, and I'm not. So I basically just told him, like, stop touching me and flirting with me. I'd rather you be in a showmance with Sis because she's straight and you guys have chemistry. But yeah, no, he was just but then he's like pretending that he's not mad at me.
Yeah, I would have never.
But I literally know that he's mad. So like, guys just do things with their ego, and it's fucking corny.
Yeah.
This is a game. Like, we came here to fucking play a game. This is not the Jack show. Listen, he's cool, and honestly, in real life, we'd probably be best friends. But he thinks that this game revolves around him, and because I call him out on it, he's salty about it. And he wants to pretend that he's not mad, but like, I never said we can't be cool and like keep each other informed and stuff, but like, we're not a showmance. We never spoke about a final. I think in his head he just thinks that he can make a final with everybody. But I'm sorry, like, it's week 1. I'm not trying to fucking do that.
Yeah, let's get to
be cool, get to know everybody.
Get to week 6.
He's just playing very hard. I don't like when people play very hard very quickly.
He was
like you.
Good, perfect.
Today.
He took your advice.
But I also want her not to be fooled by his penis energy either.
These 2 bitches, who have absolutely no idea what's going on in this entire house, they're hearing all this stuff pretty much for the first time ever. Kemi has no idea what's going on. Bella's too busy putting stuff in her nose.
Can I point out, though, that you are determined to like Christy? You're like, I don't know why I like her. I need to like her. I need to defend her. Hey, you listen to this conversation? The dumbest move she ever could have made? Really?
I can't disagree.
Annalise, I know you like the hot girl, Scott. Annalise is the hot one.
Well, I do like
At least,
her.
Go out of your way to like her. Like,
I do
what
like
is
her.
this thing with Christy that you have?
I have a new drinking game for our Big Brother Gossip shows. Yeah. Every clip we play where Christy says, "I like girls," everybody has to drink.
And I used to date boys. Both of those.
Yes.
Can we drink during both?
Just a thought.
Yeah. Okay. But I do like Annalise. I mean, I did like Holly and Catherine arguing with the bikinis on today. I did enjoy that. So, okay, we're done with Friday. We're going to move on to Saturday. Yeah, okay, so now it's like, how are we going to let Kemi know? Kemi's got to know that she's going out the door.
Why does she need to know? Who needs to tell her? What is this thing? Oh, I gotta let her. No, give us the surprise. What's the blind side? Give us our CBS moment that we never get. James isn't in the house to ruin it, so give us our moment.
Yes. Well, this is how Christy's telling the girls her plan how to let Kemi down easy.
I just had an idea. I'm hoping that Ovi comes up here in his normal fashion because I want to prep him that I'm going to have a talk with Kemi and she's going to be questioning me and this, and that, and I just want to let him know that I'm not going to tell her that she's going up if Sam uses the veto. First, my plan with Kemi is to say, as far as I know, Sam's not using the veto. The nominations are staying the same. We're good. Don't worry. Whatever. But then she's gonna probably say, okay, but what if he does use it? And then I want to say to her, well, to be honest, like, I haven't gotten that far in my head. I don't really know, but I would probably just want to, like I did the first round, keep the house as happy as possible. Don't make any waves. So in that case, I probably just put up anybody that, like, the house has collectively talked about name-wise the most, which would be Ovi, or unfortunately you. I'm gonna shoot it straight with you, but I want to talk to Ovi first to let him know that I'm going to say his name and that he's not an option at all, but that if it comes back to him that I said that to her, just know that I'm telling her that to keep her calm.
Just to keep her calm. Yeah,
it's telling someone she's about to maybe go on the block doesn't keep somebody calm. It makes them freaking paranoid and anxious.
Yeah. So a little bit later, Ovi does come up. They have the chat. It wasn't worth giving the audio. Basically, Ovi's like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, okay, whatever you want to do, Christy.
Well, Didn't Christy say I'm going to be dropping? That's when Christy was like, I'm going to be dropping names. You just don't get paranoid. I may say your name out there. Just don't get too worried about it.
He pretty much said you could say my name. That's how dumb he is. He goes, yeah, you can say my name. You drop my name.
Well, he thinks he's in an alliance.
He's so eager to please. That's the problem. That's the problem. He's too eager to please these people. He needs more of a backbone.
So now Kemi comes up, and this is another one of those Christy conversations that was tough to edit. I did my best. You will only hear maybe 5 words from Kemi, maybe 10 words, because it's Christy explaining everything.
A couple people did. I do want to let you know that a couple people did say that they felt like, Kemi's like just name dropping. Jackson said like, that Kat said, that Kemi like day 1, day 2 was saying that, they're only cooking because they don't want to go home, and then someone said that you would like thrown Jess's name out there, which I didn't even hear a reason for.
See, okay.
So I'm just letting you know because obviously I want to play this game with as much honesty as possible.
Yeah. Thank you.
But your name was brought up a couple times, and I'm like, in a way, I like cringe because I personally like you, and I know that you're strong like me, and I would rather work with strong, consistent people than immature, maybe inconsistent people. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, your name went from being totally clean to now everyone thinks that you're fucking a name dropper, and I hate that. And I'm sure she went and ran right to Mickey and said, oh my God, like, Kemi's talking about this one, and that one. And then between the 2 boys, I'm sure it fucking spread like wildfire. I actually didn't even know that, like, there was not a thing between you and Jess, but that, because Jess apparently knows that you said her name.
Yeah,
I just found this out, like, the day before yesterday. And I'm like, I thought they were, like, tight.
I didn't know that Kat and Jess were so close, or else I would have used someone else as an example. Like,
I didn't either.
It wasn't literally like, tell her to put Jess up next to you. It's like, well, for example, SpongeBob. Right. Like, for example, like Winnie the Pooh, but I just used people in the house. And I didn't realize that they were so close.
I know.
I really do wish we could have those day 2 feeds to find out what the fuck they're all talking about with this whole Kemi name dropping thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like she's throwing a lot of people under the bus. Right?
I'm hoping they show us tomorrow night. I'm hoping it shows
because
us
even
tomorrow
like
night
Jessica, who we haven't really talked about a lot, which I'm good with. But apparently, like she's super tight with Kemi, and Kemi seems really, really cool with her, and they seem like they're good buds and whatever. And Kemi is just ready to throw Jessica under the bus at the drop of a hat. And I've seen her do it a couple times. Like, as long as it'll save her own ass, she's like, oh no, what about Jessica? Put Jessica. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Jessica's the one girl that's kind of been in your court. So yeah, I wonder if this shit has been going on in the early week that we haven't seen.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, we haven't had a lot from Cliff except for his State of the Nation address. He gets a rare moment.
Scott, they're called Cliff Notes.
Oh, Cliff Notes. Fuck that. I'll never call it Cliff Notes. But Jackson comes to him.
I'll tell you right now, Red, I would like to work with you.
I'm ready for it.
If you were actually serious about it.
Yeah, I'm serious about it.
Okay.
I'm looking for somewhere to land.
Then let's spread our wings and fly.
I feel like I'm friendly with everyone in the house, but I want to get a group.
Exactly. Me and you and Kat and Holly, we are the 4 Southern folks. We have a lot of similar characteristics. We have a lot of similar personality traits. And we can sort of keep this low key. And like you said, be friendly with everyone in the house. And we can, you kind of be close with some people over here. I kind of be close with some people over there. But at the end of the day, if we can keep us 4 at the core of it, you know what I mean? We have the potential to do a lot of damage unbeknownst to anyone else.
I don't think people are going to necessarily suspect.
They aren't.
That helps.
And if let's say you win HOH, you got to put up a pawn. You might want to put me up to keep things looking low key.
That's an easy one, but I don't even get to
I know, but I'm saying like next week on week 2, I'm not trying to win HOH. I've already had the camp director thing. That's a lot of blood on my hands. I don't want to deal with it. So, as long as we can keep up a good front and not let it
people catch on to it.
That's right.
I have a couple of things to say here. First off, Cliff in his interviews that we played last week, he did say, "Oh, I would really like to align with a really strong person who would really protect me throughout the season, and then maybe at some point I could help him out." Well, there you go. The other, the other thing, I forgot my other thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
I could say, I was going to say, in theory, this isn't a bad idea because look, Cliff is the outsider. He's older. He's not in shape. He needs anybody on his side if he thinks he's going to make it anywhere near jury, right? He needs somebody in his court to look out for him.
Yeah. Oh, my other thing.
He's just a pawn that they're. Sorry, what?
My other thing was the whole, if you get HOH, you can put me up as a pawn.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackson, sorry. The moment that you get put up, you're gone. You're gone.
He could be in trouble. And Jackson, I get what he's doing. I get the theory behind it, but at the same time, and I don't hate Jackson. I know some people really, really don't like him. I don't hate him.
I don't hate him.
I do sometimes find he has a little bit of a used car salesman thing to him where it's like, I don't know, can I trust you? Because I want to, because you have really good ideas, and I think this could work, and we can make it several weeks if we do this, but can I really trust you, or are you just saying this to make me happy? Because he like in this clip, he said, and then we're going to fly, or something like that. Right? He says something about flying.
Yeah.
I've noticed this with him. He does this. He talks in advertisement quips.
He does.
Or
he does.
what's the word I'm looking for? He almost like in Hallmark cards or something. Like he talks in cliche. I don't want to say cliches because it's not necessarily cliches, but
he does throw out some cliches.
In these token phrases that he likes to say a lot.
He actually told Catherine earlier something about, I can lead you to water, but I can't make
Oh, we have that on clip.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But there's
Jackson is
I want to think that he has the best intentions and that there's good ideas behind it, but there's. Well, no, I mean he wants to make it to the end. So
of course he does. Yes. I'm just. My take on Jackson is he doesn't. He said something to earlier. It was either today or yesterday about how he came on. He needed to challenge himself, so he came on Big Brother because this is going to be the next big challenge to him, and so that's why he did it. And I read somewhere else where he told a story about how he was drunk and alone on Christmas Eve. He seems like he's trying to. He's got a plan, but he doesn't know what the plan is, and he's in great physical shape. He's got a very strong character or personality.
And apparently, according to Colette, great physical shape in other places, too.
Yes.
Now, come on. There was just one picture in his underwear. Let's calm down.
We didn't notice it. You did, so.
No, because I actually saw like a gay guy that I follow tweet it, and he was all excited about it. So I was
so Scott and I were supposed to notice what the gay guy did.
No, because it was everywhere on Twitter. All right, we don't need to talk about his dick anymore.
Not on the tweets I follow.
Yeah, me neither.
But I was going to say that I think Jackson and Jack, we saw in the beginning they were like, hey bro, we're good, right? Yeah, dude, we're good. And they could have rocked this to the end, no problem. The problem is I feel like Jack, his ego got a little weird, and he needed to be such a people pleaser. He needed to be He literally needed to be Aquaman to everybody, and he needed everybody to look at him like that. And I feel like it threw Jackson for a loop a little bit. He's like, wait a minute. I didn't know that Jack was gonna go all rogue and be like this and need to be everyone's hero. So now this maybe is Jackson trying to do his own I don't know. I feel like Jack disrupted Jackson a little bit. That's just my own theory.
So Jack and Jackson, that's perfect timing that you mentioned that, because right after this conversation where Jackson approached Cliff or whatever, and again, we don't have the clip of this, but Jackson and Jack get together in the backyard and they're talking, and I don't even remember the exact details, but the gist of it was that there's the bromances patching their ways, because somehow or other word of Jackson hooking up with Catherine got passed around a little bit, and it got back to Jackson, and Jack may have been the one to say something. There was a bit of a, dude, you kind of crossed me. What are you doing? And you lied to me. They both caught each other in lies to each other, and it was this moment where they kind of came back together and said, dude, we can't do that. We have to be honest with each other. They patched up their bromance, and in that process, Jackson was like, I just made a deal with Cliff. It's like, okay, good.
And they're both now kind of subtly working behind each other's back. Even Jack, I've seen Jack do shit with some girls and do stuff on the lowdown, and they're just doing it, and then they'll come back together being like, dude, I'm doing it for us.
Yes.
I'm doing it to protect us. But no. They're watching their own backs.
Yes, they are.
There's no loyalty there. There's no loyalty. And there totally should have been and could have been and would have been, and it would have saved them both.
I'm just saying, right then they actually kind of came to a recognition. They kind of danced around. We got to make this work, guys. We got to trust each other. So it may completely fall apart in the next day, but at least for a moment earlier today, they kind of tightened it up again. At about the same time as when I saw Jack go out to Ovi, and it's like, dude, you keep track of your side of the house. And it's like they're both trying to have their side alliances, but multiple side alliances.
They're trying to outdo each other a little bit.
Could be.
Yes. Definitely. All right, a little bit after this little conversation Jackson and Cliff had, Christy was sitting at the table next to Nick, and there was a conversation with Nick where Nick was pretty much saying, you don't have to put up Kemi if you don't want. This is your HOH, blah, blah, blah. I tried to get audio. It was impossible because it was in the kitchen, so there was all the kitchen noise. But they
were pretty bold to be having that discussion in the kitchen.
Yeah, and that's basically it. Nick was saying, this is your HOH, do what you want. And, of course, that gave her something to bitch about for the rest of the day.
And then
Nick tried to get your vote.
Nick sat me down. I was eating my fucking cereal like an innocent cereal eater, and he came over.
Innocent cereal.
I've been trying to get you alone, but I feel like I never have an opportunity to get you alone. He's like, I wanted to talk game with you. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, we can talk. He's like, I feel like it's just too sketchy to go upstairs. He's like, but what are you thinking for the veto? Who are you putting up? And so I played dumb. I go, why is he using it? Like, for sure. He's like, yeah, I think he's using it on Cliff. I go, well, I haven't talked with him yet. I said, so as far as I know, I don't know if it's being used. I said, I have a backup plan in my pocket. He goes, okay, is it still the same, like Kemi? And I was like, well, yeah, because I kept saying the word alliance. I go, because that's what the alliance wants, right? And he's like, who, us? I'm like, yeah. I go, what other alliance are we in? He goes, no. Wait. I'm like, yeah. I go, so I'm not looking to make big game moves. I'm making to go to the house. He goes, yeah, but you shouldn't be worrying about your game. Like, is she best for your game to put up? I was like, what? He literally said to me, because he's like, so you're still thinking about putting up Kemi? I go, well, isn't that what the alliance wants? He goes, which alliance? Our alliance? I go, well, how many alliances are we in? And he laughed. Good. And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, of course, grateful. And I was like, fuck. So then I made him feel like an idiot. I go, to be honest, I go, it would be stupid for me or anyone this early on to make a roll. We have 8. That's majority.
Well, you didn't want a 5-minute clip, did you?
They don't care about the alliance. They're trying to flip it.
I mean,
they want Kemi to get back.
this bitch wouldn't stop. I mean, she's just going on and on and on and on and on.
Oh, very good, Scott. I thought for a second we were having a problem with my
Oh God, no. This was the issues with editing a Christie clip. It goes on and on and on. And again, this was something for Christie to bitch about all day long. And maybe at the 30-second mark, Jack could have jumped in with this.
I don't even want to say it.
No, I'm not making anything bold. It's still Kemi.
Oh, shit. You backdoor Nick and just nip it. Week 1. You'd have the votes. Once again, that's just me throwing it out there. It's not my idea. It literally just came into my idea. Like, my mind right now.
Thinking about it.
Like, the poison, like, he is the capital of everything. But you do realize the second that you do it, Kemi, Isabella, all that forms.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yes. But I totally
trust me, I thought about it. I thought about that.
Like, I'm not planting.
But I think that Bella has the power.
Oh,
and I would rather not put either of them up until 3-4 weeks and the power expires.
Totally.
Because I plan on winning that third one, and then I'll know how long the power lasts. And if they tell me they last 3 weeks, I'll know when his will expire or hers will expire, and then we get them.
Different though.
Fuck, he's making waves, dude.
What? It'll be a different power, but I think the timeline of how long you have to use it will be consistent. So if she has it and they say, okay, you have this power for 3 weeks.
They weren't the same. Like, Tyler had his for like 7 rounds in, and then some of them only had it for 3.
So it might be different times.
I just feel like it's too soon because I do
Tommy,
believe
wasn't
she
it?
has it.
Yeah. I always love when these people say, I plan on winning this power, or I plan on winning this HOH, or we're going to win back-to-back HOHs.
It is interesting. So I realize that's not the main reason you got this clip, but the power thing, that they did a twist on it this time, is that we aren't voting for, at least we aren't voting for it. Thank God. I'm glad we're not voting for the power.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Thank God.
Letting them compete for the power, and whoever wins it, or however they're doing it, whoever wins it, and they've got it broken up into 4. It's interesting. It is an interesting way to do it. We're going to know so much more after, I think, tomorrow night's show. They'll tell us about it. But this is the app thing. It's just another version of the app thing. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yes.
But how they decide, that's a question, and I don't mean to get totally sidetracked by this, but this whole power thing, how are they deciding that? How did they decide who the 4 people were? Did they do a random draw? Because if the power
who can whack it the best?
But if this week is the best power, because there were different, the powers had different values. The power to basically, Tyler's power was pretty killer power. Some of the other powers were kind of lame. So how did they decide who competed for which power? I have no answer, but I'm just thinking.
Well, this will be explained a little bit more tomorrow. I mean,
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so now there was a stupid fish funeral that we will not be covering here on Big Brother Gossip Show, but we know that CBS will make into a 5-minute segment.
Do you think?
Yes, they definitely
will.
Yes.
Because I wonder if they will, because that will show.
I will put money on it with you right here.
You don't think PETA will get involved and say that's cruelty to animals, that their fish
No, that the fish in a fish tank died? Fuck.
Wait, animals dying? I think I might be with Mike on this one.
I don't know. I don't
think CBS is going to highlight animals
dying.
Okay.
I mean, it was a good thought, Scott. I agree. That
I still think they're going to make a segment.
At first, I would have been on your side, but then when I was thinking about it, about animals dead, no, people are going to go apes. They get mad if you kill a fly nowadays.
They are showing they do have the pets back at for the fish instead of the fish cam. We got the.
No, I do I like the pets during comps.
Yeah,
better.
That's fun to watch.
Better than watching last year's broadcast.
Rewinds of clips and stuff. No, it's fun to watch the dogs, and the puppies, and the cats, and the bunnies, and all that stuff jump around. That's fun.
Okay, so now let's go back to my crazy girl, my lunatic. My dream of dreams.
I think she's going to blossom into a wonderful.
Who? I don't even know. I seriously, I don't even know who you're talking about.
The nut job that's going to just come.
Oh, I was going to say Christy, but you're talking about somebody else?
Oh yes. No, I'm talking about the girl that I want to last as long as possible this year because, she's already been like a cum rag basically at some point.
Oh wow!
Oh my God!
Wow! What kind of?
Okay, I swear to God, I better not get any tweets that were mad at me for anything that I said tonight on the show. Direct them to Scott. Direct them to Scott. Nobody tweet me.
So, anyway, our girl Catherine, she had who was it that she had the conversation with? Is everybody mad? Was it Bella? I think it was Bella. She had a conversation, and both of the Jacks just completely unloaded on her, and not in the Jackson kind of way either. They completely unloaded on her. How dare she have this conversation? This is a super long clip. I tried to cut it down, but you really need to listen to it all.
I wasn't trying. I know. What are you thinking? Because I don't
know. Those stories don't just line up right now, so you need to explain what's going on.
That's what we're just trying to figure out. If you misunderstood, then it's okay.
Then maybe I misunderstood, but I don't. That wasn't like the part of the story that.
But that's it's the fact that they don't line up. It's not that it might have been a big deal or not.
Oh, Christy's involved in this.
If Christy tells you one thing and Christy's telling Jack another, then we need to figure that out.
But she didn't tell me like piece by piece. Like it was just a conversation, and that might have just been how I reacted. But then she just clarified it then. Like I'm sorry, I wasn't. I'm so sorry if I like misspoke, but like that wasn't.
You're good.
But clearly I'm not because I didn't mean to. Like I didn't mean to.
Slow down. No matter what this conversation conspires, it doesn't matter. Kemi's going up on the block, and Kemi's going.
Yeah,
up.
but I don't want to like lose your trust. Like I'm so sorry.
You're not. No, you have. Relax. You have my trust. In fact, you just built more trust. If that's what I just heard, and Christy is
condescending,
much. No, but I don't know if Christy. I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Don't apologize. Calm down. It's okay.
Well, no, because I don't like.
Don't get upset. It's
like, I really didn't.
You didn't misspeak. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. Don't freak out. Don't apologize. Quit apologizing. You're okay.
Okay, slow down.
Well, I just
Take a
can't-
breather. I have to get out of this room in a minute.
No, I'm.
But I know that you spoke one-on-one with Nick.
Yeah.
And I know that when I walked out, you started talking about something else because you guys were talking about
Oh, do you
Scott,
want me-
which you guys would never talk
Oh, no, actually we were. No, we were, because he asked if that was a chickenpox scar, and I was telling
I know
him.
Nick's trying to flip the vote.
No, so this is
Okay.
what. So I
I'm
can
not
tell-
an idiot.
I can tell you
wasn't born
exactly.
yesterday,
Yeah.
and I care about you,
I know.
and I've told you that you've been fine since day one.
I know.
Okay?
Oh, no.
I have your back.
Yeah, I know. I was-
Let me speak.
Okay.
I respect you to the nth degree.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to forming something with you in this.
Yeah.
I know what Nick's trying to do.
Yeah.
I know who he's talking to. I know what alliance he's trying to build,
Mhm.
and it's absolutely nuts. But it's okay if he tried to say something to inspire you to do something, and it's all good.
Wait, what did I? No, I'm okay. I'll be honest. Like, I'm an open book. This is exactly what happened. So Nick was really rude to me yesterday, and he kind of acted weird when we were washing dishes. So he was out there. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see if everything's okay. So I went over there. And I was like, hey, dude, are you okay? He's like, yeah, stop being paranoid. And I was like, no, I'm not being paranoid. Like, I'm asking you, like, on a personal level, because you always come up to me when I'm not feeling well. I was like, are you okay? Like, are you having a bad day? You know, whatever. And then he was like, oh, no, I'm fine. And then he reiterated. He was like, he's like, you know that you're good, right? And I was like, well, no, you know, whatever. Like, we were not talking about anything. And then we were talking about skin products because he asked me if that was a chickenpox scar. And I was like, I don't know. And then we were talking about med spa stuff. And, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, I did not.
Don't apologize.
No,
Quit
but like,
apologizing.
no, but like, I'm.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Well, I clearly did.
You haven't
I
done
didn't,
anything
like-
wrong, but we're telling you, you did something wrong. How dare you fucking talk to somebody? Oh, God, these guys are fucking assholes to my girl.
Oh.
But she's also a problem a little bit.
Yeah, but so your point?
A wonderful problem.
I mean, she also needs to just sit tight and know that she's going to be fine, likely, if she just stops throwing these hissy fits and
Okay.
being obnoxious for no reason whatsoever. She's literally has never been in any danger at all. But for some reason, she's been crying every day like she's got one foot out the door. It's insane. I'm sorry.
I love crazy
I'm
pussy.
sorry, but if I was in an alliance with her and I had to trust her, I would 100% be losing
But
my
she's
shit.
not
being
in
like,
an alliance.
Bitch, calm down.
But she's not one of the 8. She's not in the core alliance.
Well, she
she's
thinks
Jack's side. She's Jackson's side piece. Who?
Oh,
that's what he is. That's what she is. He kind of had a thing with her, and is like, yeah, let's keep her along. That's all she is to him. He loves her dearly. Remember, he does. But you know, that's all she is. She'll be a friend, but when they go to Vegas, you know, he'll go
Yeah,
with
he
girls.
can put her aside while he fucks some other girl. Yeah.
I think she need to keep her mouth shut and her legs open, and she would have been fine for the rest of the week.
I'd love her even more if that was the
Now,
case.
don't forget, let's go back a week ago. All we had was an audio clip of Nicole and Christy talking for like 30 minutes, and we like pieced it apart. We're like, Christy could be completely blowing smoke up Nicole's butt, which she probably was now that we hear it, but she still was talking somewhat serious too. And part of that conversation was about Catherine and being like on meds and stuff and being nuts, and it's like that was already happening day 3.
I love
It's
this bitch.
not changed.
I want her to last as long as possible. I think she is a treat.
That makes me laugh. That's funny.
I just think, oh, she's, and I have to say that fucking.
I mean, I have no problem with. I don't want her crying every week.
No, but that fucking
Isn't
Jack-
I mean, like that I can't handle.
Jack was so fucking condescending to her. Like,
Jack's a dick to everybody.
I
Jack's
know,
a dick
but
to Christy. Jack's
okay.
just a
Yes, but he
dick.
says it like this, so it sounds
I know,
really
because he
important.
thinks he's
It's really good.
Aquaman.
Mm.
Because all you people confuse the Geico caveman with Aquaman.
Yeah. So after this conversation happened, and I sat and listened, or tried to listen, to this conversation that Catherine and Holly had after this, and it was super, super whispery. There's no way I could have got a clip out of it. Basically, you know, Holly was saying, you know, Kimmy is just like, she's a victim. She doesn't deserve to go out. Nick is the one that should go. You know, and they also want to see, they would love to see Jackson take Jack out at some time. And Holly goes, no, I'd like to see Christy take Jack out. And they can just continue to bond over and over about how Jack is a complete jerk. He's mean to everybody. Blah, 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 blah.
Thoughts on Nick, because we really haven't talked about him much. We talked about how Bella has kind of set things off, and Nick, there's a whole underlying current here that has gone on. Nick has even though he has an excellent, Christy said I have a photographic memory. Nick has displayed his memory skills in the house. They did a memory game last night where they had to remember everything around the circle, and he went around like 2.5, 3 times in a row where he could remember everything for every person. He's displayed it. And
that's real quick. That's funny that you mentioned that, because right before we went to air, he walked into a room with 2 girls talking, and he pointed to the wall and he goes, "Oh, so and so Colorado, so and so this, so and so that," and he goes like, "Okay, I might need to know that for later." And I'm like, "Dude, why are you doing that in front of everybody?" So just to piggyback on what you were saying, he's telling everybody that he can remember everything.
So he's got really good memory skills, and he has shown them off, which has freaked out some of the house guests a little bit, like, oh, he's really good. And that has made them paranoid. Now, the other thing that's come into play in the past 24, 48 hours is that Christy, it wasn't Christy doing it, but she was retelling the story how Jack and somebody else accused Nick of being a hustler. Like, you're a hustler. And I don't mean a hustler like streetwise. I mean a hustler like you literally go out and scam people. And because he's so good at this memory, and he's talked about gambling, and he knows people that have done well in like World Series of Poker or whatever it is. He knows all this stuff. He's been a bit too loosey-goosey with some of his street knowledge or his knowledge of the gambling community or stuff. I don't know what he has to do with any of that, but it has put him on. He's freaked out Christy, which you don't want to freak out Christy right now, as we've established. He's all over the place freaking out about everybody. So Nick is, not only Bella has tweaked people, Nick has as well, and that's could come back to haunt him or hurt him pretty severely, at least with this 8 alliance.
I think people are taking the hustler. People on Twitter are taking the hustler line way too seriously.
Oh, they are. I don't think Christy.
He's not a pimp. Let's get it real. He's not on the streets.
No, he may be. He's really, obviously his memory skills are really good, so he may be able to do some stuff, but he's not out there doing anything illegal. But yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms of the attacking the house guests, and we haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
Don't attack the house guests' family or friends or whatever the hell.
Don't go to stupid Christy's Yelp, and
don't go after Christy. Don't go after Christy. Don't go after their jobs. Don't try to make their Stop it.
One last clip to play. This is after this is my girl Catherine again. This is after she had been lambasted by Jack. This is after she had talked to Holly. I had do a lot of editing here. This is her talking to Jackson.
You're fine. That's what I'm telling you. You're going back to your day one shit. Don't backtrack, and don't ruin the progress you made. I can lead you to the water. I can't make you drink. You've got to do this on your own, and you've got to make sure that you stay calm. I can tell you all day to be calm, but if you don't do it yourself, I can't help you.
I am being calm.
I know you say that, but you don't realize how you're coming across. And this is me. You just seem frazzled. This is me telling you, as a friend, as a teammate, as a person in this house that cares about you.
As someone who slept with you earlier.
Cat. Be cool, calm, collected Cat. The one you've been from day 3 to day 10. That Cat. Because day 11 today is day 1 and 2 Cat. Okay? And the more you freak out to me, the more you freak out to Holly, the more you freak out to Jack, the more you paranoid yourself, the more you isolate yourself. Look, you're not listening. Just listen. The more that you freak out, the more you are going to put a red flag up. It's that simple. So just go out there, be social, just hang out, do your thing, lay out by the pool. Don't talk about game, because if you keep saying, I feel like I ruined my game, I feel like I did this, I feel like I did that. I'm not saying that to anyone but you. I know, but it radiates. People pick up on it, okay? You're not listening.
Please stop yelling at me.
I'm trying to help you, because it's everything when I'm telling you calm, it's not getting through. I don't know how else to say it.
I don't like when you yell.
I'm not yelling at you, but I'm trying to help you here.
He's
You got to listen to the words I'm saying
I do.
and act on it, okay? So go on out there, put some sunscreen on, lay out by the pool, and just
Go look pretty out in the backyard.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay? Good.
Yeah, you have my back.
Yes, I've got your motherfucker. Am I not sitting here talking to you?
That was a joke.
Come on now.
I love her.
There's one thing I'll understand about women is that I'll never understand women.
Okay, I'm sorry, but did he say anything inaccurate in that?
No, that ending was perfect. I'll never understand
What
women.
he said was totally right and accurate, and she needs to follow it. She's acting like a fucking psycho.
No, but I will say this. I will
Here's
say
the-
this.
Wait, Scott. I just want to know, and I know you're dying to know, what was day 1 and 2's cat?
I know.
I know that's what you need to know right now. What the hell did we
I know.
miss?
But I will say this in her defense. If fucking Jack wouldn't have walked into the bedroom and, what did you say to whoever it was? If you wouldn't have acted like this, fuck that. Sorry. But yeah, go outside and look pretty in your bathing suit. I get that. I understand that.
That's not what he said. He said, stop acting like a psycho because you're freaking everybody out, which is what all of us Big Brother viewers at home have been saying is Kat needs to calm her shit down. So now I'm 100% behind Jackson. I endorse everything he said in that conversation. I endorse every single word of it. Yes, go put on your sunscreen. We don't want you to get burnt, twit.
Do you know what I heard? I heard her say, "Stop yelling at me."
And she wasn't yelling.
But I heard flashbacks of Rachel. I thought of Rachel. Didn't she used to tell Brendan, "Stop yelling at me. Stop yelling at me."
Let's not remind us of the redheaded monster.
Sorry, I don't mean to turn her into Rachel on you. Although I do see like across.
No! You're ruining it. You're ruining it, Mike.
Janelle and Rachel
Scott
is what I
has
see.
a fantasy that he needs to attend to later tonight, Mike.
Oh, stop
ruining it. Stop ruining it for him.
So yeah, at this point, it looked like we were going to have a lazy day at the pool. Everybody was outside. Sure, we had Jack lambasting his alliance, but he does that all the time. Kat is paranoid, but we have that all the time. Everyone hates Nick. Yeah, that goes on and on and on. But there's some actual talk about switching this POV to
Obi. It's gone crazy.
But you know what? They may talk about switching it all. I guarantee it's not going to change.
I don't know, man. As we speak right now. But this so for us, for those of you listening, this is usually a Sunday. This will be a Sunday on the regular timeline where the POV will be played tomorrow. It sounds like as of right now, if it's to be believed, is that they've managed to get confused and paranoid and to where the point where they're gonna get Sam to use the POV, but they may put up Ovi in the place of Kemi. And
I'll believe it when I see it.
But not only that, one of the Christie, different directions she's going is she actually saying, maybe I want to get out Catherine because Catherine is like going just meltdown. I
took a peek at Twitter when we were doing the show, and I also saw her say that about Nick, and I also saw her say that about Jack.
Yeah. Oh, she's all over the place.
Yeah, she's all over the place. And you know what? I feel like she's always going to circle back, and it's going to be Kemi in the end.
But let's not forget, other than Renom, when Sam uses I still think Sam will use the power veto.
Yeah.
Probably tomorrow. He will use it. Who Christie puts up, that's up in the air. But remember, once Christie puts
I don't think
something
it's that much up in the air. She's going to circle back to Kemi.
If it's Kemi, that's fine. But no matter what, once that's done, Christie has no power. The votes, then it's the vote. So
thank God. That's what I need in this house is Christie with no power. I feel like maybe I'll warm her a little once his bitch has no more power.
The other little note that I have before we start to wrap things up here real quick is that there have been no have-nots.
Yeah.
Normally,
I don't care.
But normally the house
is bitching about them for years, so maybe they're gone.
I know, but the house normally at this point the have-nots have been introduced. One of the rooms has been redecorated as a have-not room, but it's a regular room, so maybe.
So maybe they're gone.
I hope they're gone. Oh, I hope they're gone.
Well, there you go.
I hope so too. I doubt they are, but I hope so too.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap things up with a few odds and ends here. First off, this week's schedule: tomorrow night's show, Sunday, we will see this Whacktivity stuff. Which again, it's what I do every night.
Oh, God, I thought it was morning, but all right.
Well, maybe that too.
Wow.
And we'll also see nominations. Tuesday's episode will be the POV comp and the POV meeting. Wednesday, we will probably see an eviction. And also Julie's promise of, quote,
will we see? Yeah, go ahead.
Something never done before that could bring David back.
Do you think it'll be something that's never been done before? It'll be just some twist on something that's happened.
It's going to be something
no,
like.
it's going to be production manipulating something and being like, David, here's your invitation back into the house, and then he's back, and Kemi's safe, and everybody's whatever.
Yep, I agree.
And so before we wrap things up, let's take a couple minutes. Our overall view. What do we think of this cast? What do we think of the season? Are we fired up about the season? I've seen people on Twitter go, this is nothing like season 20. And we love season 20. That's way too
season
early.
20 was great.
It's way too early to make that judgment. We don't know these people yet. It's an all-new cast, at least so far.
I'm thinking it's going to stay that way.
And let's hope it stays that way.
If they bring somebody else in at this point, even if they bring in an alum at this point, come on.
Oh, stop it. They're not. Don't even mention
No,
that.
but
It's
they're
even
not. But even if they did, they wouldn't have an advantage. They've been 2 weeks without this group. They would not be an advantage. They'd be.
I think that they may not be playing the game well, but most of them, with a couple exceptions, Nicole, Kemi, Jessica, they're pretty hungry. They may not be doing well, but they all are pretty hungry, and that's all we've ever wanted. Really,
somebody's going to win $500,000 for this group.
Yeah.
And I was telling the guys before we came to air, I was like, you know what? Like, on the one hand, I'm not like a hardcore rooting for somebody. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, my life depends on Cody or Jessica or Tyler. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like that, which I guess it's good in that, because Mike always has this theory where he's like, watch the season but don't pick a favorite, and we all like to pretend that we can do that, but no, in the end,
of course you pick somebody you like.
No, because
like Catherine.
But I gotta tell you, I cannot, and maybe I'm gonna regret I'm gonna eat my words, I cannot imagine me like going to the ends of the earth and fighting with Mike to the death over one of these twins.
Oh, thank God.
That'd be a change. That'd be good.
Right now, I don't think any of them are worthy. I will say, one person that I do kind of like is maybe Holly. She's not a twit. She's smart. She's staying back a little bit. She's observing.
She listens to everybody.
She listens to everybody. She knows what's up. I don't mind. I'm not like where I worship her, need her to succeed in everything yet, but I'm starting to appreciate Holly a little bit. She is right now my dark horse.
Well, here's what I have to say about Holly. Okay, she does look good in a bathing suit. But Holly in the AM looks a lot different than Holly in the PM.
Yeah, Holly puts on a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Scott, I hate to break it to you, but that's like 75% of me.
I know, but it's
so cool it a little bit, buddy.
Okay. Mike, what do you think?
I'm okay. I'm don't have any particular. I'm not totally turned off by any particular house guest. I'm not particularly like, oh wow, they're going to be really good. I haven't figured it out. I really, going into it, was kind of hopeful for Christy, but she is kind of all over the place. And for Christy, I would be okay if Christy did well, but I watch her game and she tells a lot of stories. She twists a lot of conversations when I see the retelling, because I've seen several retellings of conversations that I've witnessed, and I've been surprised at how she's kind of tweaked them to suit her needs, which could be great for her game, but it could also bite her in the butt. I'm curious about Tommy. I want to see Tommy do well for multiple reasons. One of those being because, I'd like to hear Tommy talk on our show a little bit, and he hasn't been around yet. But, I think he has a chance too. Nobody's saying a bad word about Tommy. So
no, he's sitting very pretty. I have high hopes for him.
Season. I think it's going to be. I think it has potential.
Yep. All right. So with that, I believe we're done, right? Right.
I think we are.
All right. Let's do our little final credits and get the fuck out of here. Colette?
You can follow me on Twitter, ColetteLala. Same name on Instagram. And if you do want to follow me on Instagram, just shoot me a little DM. Just be like, hey, Big Brother Gossip Show listener, and I will accept you immediately. On Facebook, facebook.com/Colette.Lala. And I think that's it. Yeah, no, I don't need any more knitting orders right now. So, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, if you still need your feeds, please go to ColetteLala.com and sign up. There you go.
All right, Mike.
You can follow me on Twitter, BBGOSSIP, and make sure to sign up to be a patron. Remember, we're giving away a couple of items this summer.
Who are they signed by?
I didn't say that earlier. Tom Green from Celebrity Big Brother signed a couple of items last weekend, and I've got those, and I'm going to give those away to a couple of lucky winners over the course of this season. So just you got to be a patron to be eligible. So remember to sign up. So go to Patreon, Patreon.com, and look for the Big Brother Gossip Show and join us. And then just thanks for joining us. Those of you, by the way, in retrospect, we had a bit of problems this evening we were trying to do our live show one way. It didn't work out. So those of you that are hearing it late that tried the live show, thank you. I don't know what we're doing next week. We haven't figured it out yet, but when we do, please bear with us as we try to work out the kinks. But appreciate everybody that's listening live and people that are listening later on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, and all those other places.
Alrighty. And I have a little music radio show that you can find at scotthudson.blogspot.com. It's called The
Friday
Ledge.
Nights.
Every Friday night.
On Friday nights.
Yeah. Last night, it was the last show of the first half of the year, so I did my second quarter review, the best records of the last 3 months. Again, scotthudson.blogspot.com. My Twitter here is Big Brother Gossip without an E, so it's BIGBROTHRGOSSIP. And let's face it, if you like Bravo shows, you really should be a Patreon and listen to what Colette and I do with our Bravo Boulder show. We don't kiss ass. We say what we think.
I have no doubt about that, and I haven't heard any of it. No, you guys.
You are going to hear opinions you don't hear on any other show.
How many guests have you had on your show?
Guests? We have no guests.
Okay,
it's us. It's us stating the truth. Right? Stating the truth as people should know it.
My honest bitchy alter ego. Oh no, wait, that's just me. But no. I have it's even more private over there. So if you thought this was controversial, it's not as controversial as day drinking.
Yes. We don't like Teddy. Let's just say right here, we don't like Teddy. I do a little Leanne impression once in a while.
Yes.
Okay, so we're done. I think our Mixer time is about up anyway. So we're out of here. Thank you everybody for being so patient with us. And
thank you everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye bitches.
Bye.